What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I am one of your hosts, Marshall, along with Colin, Dallas, and Donnie. Uh, back with we are going into week 6 of the NFL. We are 5 weeks through. We've got some big news that we're going to talk about today. Other than that big news, it'll be just the picks, some trivia, and we'll hopefully put together a good podcast and good video for you guys today. So, before we roll into some stuff that happened around the NFL today and mainly today. I'll roll through week 5 picks. Um, I don't even know how I want to start this week's picks. All I want to let's just go. You guys want to hear first place or last place first?
Last
Gotta
first.
hear last, yeah.
Okay. In last place,
Marshall.
for the first time this year, he doesn't take last place. It's not me. I'm just starting with that. It ain't me.
Oh fuck, who is it? This isn't good for whoever this is.
It is Donnie at 5-9.
Oh,
Thank
Ooh.
God.
damn it.
Second to
I,
Ooh.
I'm
last.
gonna take this as my retirement from picks. If I lose to Marshall, I just need to be out the game.
Second to last isn't me either.
What?
Oh,
Who is
It's
this?
it's Dallas at 6-8.
I knew I did terrible this week. I knew it.
Oh, Marshall's got to be
What?
first then. If he set it up, you want to hear first or
Oh,
last
duh,
first?
you
It's
In
got to
Yeah.
be.
second place is Colin
Let's
at
go.
at 8-6. 8-6, Colin took second place.
8-6 ain't bad. You
It's
just had
not
a
bad.
killer week.
In first place, I
What if
went
Marshall also got
10-4.
What a comeback. The
Holy
comeback
The
I
start
was
to the
gonna
comeback.
say,
year.
what if Marshall also got 8-6? He just framed
Do
that so he got
you have the standings?
I do. So I will roll through.
what
Um
is the 1 game difference? Fucking me doubt that fucking sucks.
So I will, gosh, now it's hitting my throat again. But there were some wild games. The NFL's been so unpredictable. We all know this year. But
Yep.
starting off, Tampa Bay, Atlanta. It was split. Me and Colin took Atlanta. We both got the dubs there. Um, I was the only one to take the Jets. So starting off rip, that doesn't look good because I took Jets by myself. They lost. You guys all got dubs from Minnesota. Uh, Donnie picked Carolina. They lost. Only one to pick Carolina, and they lost. We all picked Washington. Good dubs there. I was the only one to pick Miami. That was one of my lone wolves that I did.
I
Me and
remember
Donnie
that one,
picking the
yeah.
Jags alone. Colin picking the Texans by himself. We all picked Ravens. Me and Colin picked the Broncos. Got the dub there. You guys picked our Raiders. I soloed the Cardinals as well. My second
Mm.
solo one. You guys picked
Nice.
Niners. We all picked Seahawks, obviously. Um, Me and Dallas guessed Green Bay right. They won. My third solo, I picked Dallas. I picked the Cowboys to win, and you guys picked Pittsburgh. Cowboys got the win.
I'm surprised Colin picked Pittsburgh. I forgot about that.
And then
Mhm.
I soloed the
I
Chiefs.
think it was
I
because it was at
solo
home.
I soloed
Yeah.
the Saints there at the end. They got the L, but getting 3 solos riding by myself finally paid off.
Yup.
10-4. So
Marshall ain't out of this yet. All
no,
time, all
that
time.
is gonna be huge. I am going to the overall records. Um
That's got to
oh,
put me in third place, man.
I didn't actually update them this week, but that takes 5 seconds because I have it. I have it just going week by week anyway.
Just do
So
it bi-weekly.
I literally do it every week, but it's also kind of different because now we're finally starting to get into bye weeks. So bye
Mm.
weeks are now we're only guessing for a certain amount of games. But so overall records, it looks like hold on 1 second. All right. Colin is 42-36. I'm going down the line because I'm just adding them as I go. Dallas, you are 44-34.
Yup.
So
Right
two
there.
games ahead of Colin. I am still a little bit behind. I am 34-44. So 10 games behind Dallas. And Donnie, you are 37-41. So
Mm.
your last 2 weeks put you in a rough spot. But those are the overall standings through 5 weeks. So Dallas with a 2-game lead right now. 10 games separate first and last place. So
In 10
still
games.
with how unpredictable the NFL is, it's
Yep.
anybody's, at this point. So it's been
Yeah.
fun. So all right. Can't believe I made it through that without I've had to clear my voice a lot, but still made it through it. So getting into the biggest news on the NFL today, Robert Saleh was let go from the team.
What are the
Um,
Jets
he
doing,
was
man?
he was fired. I actually didn't even talk to you guys about what you guys thought, but I saw a report come out, which I think this was a little insane. I feel like that's kind of disrespectful for the years he put in. I saw he was walked out by security without any notice. He didn't get to say anything to his team, his coaching staff, or his players at all. I think that is a little crazy. I think someone should be able to say goodbyes. I think they should, he coached them. He brought a lot of these guys in himself, so I think that is a little fucked. I think the Jets franchise just showed how poverty they are, but I'll let
Well,
you guys speak.
I did see that it is standard practice for security to escort someone out of the building. That's like standard across every team.
Yeah.
The whole like last minute not letting him say his goodbye sort of thing. I don't know how I feel about that, depending on like the reason they really fired him because they what were they like? What's their record? Like two and
2
Two
and
and
three.
3.
three.
Like
Yeah.
that's not the like something must have happened to where they're like, yeah, this guy's gotta
There are
go.
teams that are 1-4, and even then, like I was explaining, I was talking to
Doug
talking.
Peterson still has a job.
Doug Peterson does have a
Yeah,
job.
I was talking to some people earlier today. Even if you go 1-4, 0-5, 2-3, and you're on the ropes, no, it's normal for head coaches to get fired in the season, but we don't see firings ever this early. Like, why?
Well,
It is no
super early.
makes no sense to fire somebody this early. It is five
So
games
much
in the
can still
season.
happen.
You know how much turnaround happens? I mean, look at the Lions. We were 1-6 at that. We were 1-6 at one point. Dan Campbell, he
Could you
might have been
imagine
on
if
the
we had
hot seat.
fired Dan Campbell that year?
He might, yeah. Like imagine we after 1-6 or 1-4, we did something. Like obviously it was only a second year. He probably wouldn't have gotten fired that year. They probably gave him one more year. They usually do. But like imagine like we did, like where would we be now? So firing someone that early, we came back from 1-6 and went 9-8. There's so many teams that will literally start off so shitty. I guarantee we will see a team, whether it's the Bengals, not going to be the Browns, but the Jags, the even like not the Panthers, but there's a lot of teams that are 1-4, 2-3. No winless teams in the NFL after week 5, which is kind of crazy. But there's gonna be a team that makes a turnaround. So to fire someone this early is absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that along with him getting walked out when Adam Gase last got fired. He was the last coach for the Jets to get canned. He didn't get walked out, so I thought that's kind of crazy. Like that,
Adam
the
Gase put
last.
that team through hell. So
So my thing is, I legit think I don't. We obviously don't know much about fucking Woody Johnson or whatever the name of the owner is, but
Woody Johnson.
I think a big part of it was Robert Saleh's a big motherfucker. Like if he was pissed, like
I agree with what Dallas said.
very
I get the security walking him out because he could have plans like I'm gonna go to another team. You fired me. Let me go steal some shit that's going on. Like he can steal something. He could do something. Obviously, no one really
yeah, but
coaches him
what's
to
he gonna
do
steal
that.
that he doesn't already have like
I know,
knowledge?
but like
You
he
know
he
what
could go
I mean?
destroy something. He could go steal something, and mainly destroy something. I get the security part, but the like, well, can I go say goodbye to my team? No, come on, let's go. It's like, bro, that's messed up. That's
Yeah. Hey, that's how it was at Dunham's when I had to fire a couple people. Hey, get your stuff, get out of here, dog.
just
I gotta
get
walk him
out.
to the
No, can
front.
I say
Pat,
goodbyes,
You had to
please?
fire
Pat
people at
McAfee and them were joking
I
Dunham's,
about
fired
bro?
all.
two people.
What do you have
Pat
to do to get
McAfee and them were
fired
joking
at
about
Dunham's?
Steal.
Ah, yeah.
uh,
Can
Pat
I say
McAfee and them
goodbye to
were
my coworkers, please?
Nah, get out of here, dog.
um, Pat McAfee and them were joking about like they didn't even let him clean out his office. It's like all that shit in there, all those drawings your daughter made you, they're fucking mine now. Get the fuck out.
Yeah,
I saw all that kind of shit. I'm like, that's
that's crazy. But in reality, like I don't really know where the Jets is head at. You're a 2-3. You're honestly, Roger, like Donnie stated before the pod started, the defense has looked the best, and that is what Robert Saleh is. That's his defense. So, and Rodgers, obviously, Rodgers sold the Vikings game. he threw a pick six, two picks. That game is on his fault. He also had a chance to go down and win it. They didn't. That is on him. Like that is on him. So they win that game. They're 3-2. They have a winning record. They're winning the division. So and Donnie said earlier when we were talking about it, these are close games they're losing. And Rodgers has been not what Rodgers has looked like. So really, it doesn't make sense warranting. And Rodgers and Salah haven't even gotten to play more than they've gotten to play 5 games together. How do you expect them to click after 5 games? Like I know it's Rodgers is
what I was gonna say is like
You
this
gotta
is really like year one
Salah
of
has had a
the
rough
Rodgers
year.
era
Yeah.
in Jets history.
Bro
Like
had Zach
last year
Wilson.
does not count.
He
That
had
should
Zach
not count against
Wilson.
Robert Saleh.
2022, he had just a decent defense and then a bunch of different quarterbacks. Bro had Mike White for a little bit. You guys remember him? And then 2023, we got Rodgers.
The
Let's go.
God, Mike White.
We're gonna go. We got 2023. We got Rodgers. Bro gets injured. Like Salah has not had an offense ever. With that defense, they went what 8-9 in 2022, and they went like 7-10 last year. Like they're almost going winning records.
Yeah, they kept going 7-10 with consistently like the worst quarterback play in the league. And yeah, like I said before we started recording, it would be different if you're losing like close games outright. But like they're losing games allowing 17 points, 9 points. Like it's not like they're getting beat 38-35 and it's like, okay, his defense is stacking up and that's his unit. His unit is the defense and his defense is doing their part. Like they had a bad first game against San Fran when San Fran was the healthiest they are. I mean, they've missed Christian McCaffrey all year, but other than that, going in, like they're as healthy as they'd been. And obviously you get rolled that game in San Fran. That's a tough game. But like
That's a tough game.
That defense has been playing lights out ever since New England. That New England game, which was week 3.
Yeah.
They've looked amazing. So it's very much it doesn't feel fair. I mean, Salah's had his opportunities. He rode with Zach Wilson longer than what he should have. He's definitely.
It's not like I
blame them firing. I don't blame them firing him at all. I blame like, what do you do now? Like, what is the point of firing him right now? You're punting out the season.
Yes.
Like what is Rodgers like kind of motivation? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I talked to someone about it. They were like, "Well, do you think Salah should have stayed the head coach?" I think Salah was on the hot seat. You are in your 4th year with this team. Yeah, you got you at some point you just gotta make a change. But it's not about what the change that they made. Salah, if he doesn't prove this year, week 8, week 9, week 10, by the end of the season, can him. But week 5, after week 5 is really too early because it's week 5. You're 2-3. You gotta wait till halfway through the season.
A game out of first place.
I was gonna say, do it once you're eliminated from the playoffs. Don't do it when you're still like fighting and have like a
2-3, second in the division. And the Bills just had a rough loss against the Texans. They've lost
and they played the Bills.
Yes.
They played the Bills this week. If you win that game, you're sole possession of first.
The Dolphins and Patriots look absolutely awful. And literally, the Bills just lost their last 2 games. You are in that division.
Yeah, so congratulations to the Bills on winning another.
Yeah, congratulations to the Jets for actually throwing it away. Like, it doesn't make any sense why you fire him now. Yes, if they're 4-7 by week 11, all right. You know what? At this point, you're 4-7. Maybe go ahead, but 2-3. What? Like Woody Johnson was like, you know what? Just get him out of here. I don't want to deal with it. It's like, bro, you might win the division this year. That's like being up. It's like, all right, we're 3-2, winning the division, so we're looking good this year. Yeah, but you've been sucking, so get out of here.
So I thought of this earlier. We have given Colin a lot of shit on his early season predictions via the Vikings having 1 win, and they have currently 5 right now. You do deserve that, Colin. But I would like to point out, and I'll kind of shit myself here. I don't know if you guys remember the playoff predictions. I had the Jets I know that I had them winning a playoff game. I believe I had them in the 2nd round or the AFC Championship. I can't remember exactly where. That's not fucking aging well at all. So
Donnie, I'm gonna say this right now. Even if you had them in the playoffs, man, they're 2-3, second in the division. It cannot be as bad as guessing 1-16 and the Vikings being 5-0.
But
5-0. There are 2 undefeated teams left. One of the best quarterbacks.
This 5-12 finish is gonna go crazy.
Colin's is definitely worse.
there are
Collins is
two,
definitely what I'm
Donnie,
trying to
there
do.
are two undefeated teams after week 5. One of them is going to be probably the greatest quarterback of all time alongside Tom Brady. The other one is Sam Darnold.
I was going
I
to
was
say
going
the
to say
other
the
one
other
is
one,
Patrick
Patrick Mahomes,
Mahomes.
because fucking Sam Darnold. Dude.
Oh,
So
sorry. Yeah, you're right.
But along with that, honestly, for some reason, I'm still not writing off the Jets. Like they promoted
Oh,
their
I'm
D,
not either.
they
mhm.
promoted their DC, which is supposed to. People have talked about, like Kevin O'Connell was on Pat McAfee today talking about him because they work together, and his name's like Ubrick, something like that. He's supposed to be like a well-respected guy. The players like him. That gives me hope. If they promoted Nathaniel Hackett, that would have been like, okay, all red flags are up. This team might not win another game, but I'm not gonna completely write them off. I think they're gonna win this week just because you get like the bump from the interim head coach. So you're 3-3. Like they're not dead, but it's very weird that an interim head coach you're banking on to take you to the promised land when you were kind of
When you're right there, when you're right in the
you were all
division.
in this year.
Mhm.
You were all in this year.
Dallas, I saw you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, so I appreciate Donnie shitting on him himself. I gotta shit on myself. It's not as bad as Colin. Let's get that straight. I did predict the Dolphins to go 13-4 this year and make it to the AFC Championship game, but that was
I
before
forgot about
Tua
that.
started
God
throwing up
damn.
gang signs on me, so I don't know.
I guess if we're all
I
making
forgot about
confessions, I don't know if y'all remember, I had the Bengals in the Super Bowl. So,
He
yeah.
did. We're all
Yeah,
ass right now in the
See,
guys.
league.
this is the thing, though. At least we're all alive. I believe the Dolphins, I think, would have to win out for Dallas to be right. But like, Collins, you're the only one that's like truly dead in the water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even
So that was that
and the
was pretty.
Bengals look. I mean, Joe Burrow looked great. I don't know what's going on in Cincinnati,
Hey, my
man.
Falcons pick is looking pretty good right now. Falcons to win the NFC South.
Bro's the biggest
Bro,
Kirk Cousins and hater and
I
lover of
am
all time.
over Colin in his Kirk Cousins love. This pisses me off to my core.
But
Man,
yeah,
I don't
all in
know.
all,
Something about him in Atlanta. It's
we're
just
not
it's magical.
all in
I
all,
just
we're
put
not
you from.
saying that the Jets firing Robert Saleh like he didn't deserve it. It's just so weird in the position they're in and
But
second
just
in
to
the
do it so
division.
early,
Like
yeah.
so
mhm.
early, so
If you
weird.
fired
We
him
think
like in a
Robert
couple
Saleh's a
of
good
weeks, if
guy.
you're eliminated from the playoffs or realistically, like your chances are so slim, like fine, whatever. But now, so early when you could be
It
in first
doesn't.
place after this weekend,
But
like what are you
now,
doing?
so well, obviously it happened. It's crazy. I cannot believe it. I still can't believe that happened, but it's over and done with. So who's the new Jets head coach next year? I saw the 3 favorites. We ain't gonna like it. Ben Johnson was in there. Ben Johnson would Ben Johnson and
Oh
Aaron
man,
Rodgers.
he'd make that team a Super Bowl contender.
Ooh, oof,
Who says
Let's.
oof.
Aaron Rodgers is even there next season?
I was gonna say let's
I'm
get some.
fairly sure that
Let's
he's
get
going
let's
to
get
be
some
there.
straight. I think Salah getting fired. Rodgers is done after this year,
Could be.
especially the way he's been playing. I think he's done like 100%.
I think the only way
I'm going
Rodgers
to.
plays is if he goes to the Vikings, it goes full Brett Favre,
Oh
has
Jesus
one
Christ!
magical run in
Hilarious.
Minnesota.
But anyways, I saw the 3 favorites. Vrabel was actually the second
Oh,
Oh
okay.
one of the most favorites to
fuck
go.
yeah, dude!
Never
Uh,
count out Mike
Vrabel.
Never
Vrabel,
count
All I
him out.
all
baby.
I can imagine is Mike Vrabel talking to the New York media every day.
Ah,
Oh my god, fucking light show, dude! That's gonna be the best press conferences of all time.
yeah, I think that would be crazy. Like if Mike Vrabel could step in, I would absolutely want to bring back Never Count Out Mike Vrabel on the podcast. Like that one would just be crazy. Another one I saw, a guy who used to be head coach, I thought was a great head coach. Now a defense coordinator for a mid defense, but somehow is putting on a show. Brian Flores
mm.
would absolutely, I feel like, be cool to step into that role. Um, but
Wasn't
so the
he one of the rumored candidates last time? And then
yes,
I think so, yeah.
Well, the problem.
um, the last 2 are wild. Aaron Glenn is one of them.
Mm.
I'd be okay with that. Uh, last one, Donnie said it earlier, Bill Belichick. I
Yep.
think that's would be crazy. Not gonna happen. Bill, I don't think wants to ruin his legacy because
No.
honestly, that the Jets might run him into the ground. Like, I don't see it happening, but it'd be
Plus,
crazy. But
plus he's got this 24-year-old girlfriend. I don't think he needs to
yeah,
go back
Maybe
into
she likes
football.
New York. Who knows?
no,
They can move there.
no.
He ain't got to work
I
there.
My take on all those, I think the most realistic one said was Ben Johnson, and I would give that like a 10% chance. I think out of all the places Ben would want to go, because I don't think the Jets are going to be bad enough to get a top five pick. Like I think at worst they're gonna win like 6, 7 games and be like around 10 to 15 pick. So if you're Ben, you're walking in. Yes, the defense is gonna be good, but
Ben
there's
don't
not,
want a washed out quarterback.
I was gonna say he's gonna have to get a quarterback with not a high pick and already not
But
super strong quarterback class.
if we're
And
being
like
honest, though,
the offensive
Ben
weapons are okay. Like
Ben already said he wanted to go to a team that the out of all the firings that are going to happen, unless the Bengals fire their head coach, the Jets are the most built team that will fire their head coach. If the
Yeah,
Bengals get rid of their Zach Taylor, I think his name is,
Yep.
that'll be the only other
they
team
might.
that is
He's on the
stacked.
hot seat.
but the thing with that is
Ben
like
Johnson and a Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase offense would be fucking wild.
Bro,
As
Joe Burrow would
Super
be
Bowl
MVP
favorite.
right now if they were 4-1 instead of one and
Because
four.
honestly, I feel bad for the Cincinnati Bengals. I think a lot of it is their defense being ass and
Yep.
coaching being awful. Because man, Joe Burrow put up 5 touchdowns with 500 yard or 400 something yards, and they lost. Like that's
uh but yeah, I think Belichick like would make the most football sense out of all those guys.
I
But
think he's done though. I really
one
do.
one when teams fire like a defensive coach, they usually don't hire a defensive coach again. It usually goes back and forth. Like if you fire an offensive guy, you hire a defensive guy. Fire a defensive guy, you hire an offensive guy.
When
That
are they
kind
going to
of
hire a special teams coordinator to be a head coach?
not. I mean that shit happens. Joe Judge was a special teams coordinator in fucking New England, and he was
Punting
that.
is winning.
Yeah. Uh, but not only that, but Bill Belichick also like hates the Jets. Like he literally left them at the altar last time, 20 some odd years ago.
You
So
know, screw
he
Ben
really
Johnson. They don't need him. You know who the Jets need? They need a really good coach that will lead them to the promised land. Give him Matt Patricia. I promise he'll take you guys to the Super
oh
Bowl.
buddy, I would fucking man, I wouldn't even
Or
want
the Packers should fire LaFleur and
dude.
get Matt
I
Patricia.
legit I don't even know if I'd wish it on Packers fans. Matt Patricia is the
It'd
worst
be the
person.
best day of Donnie's
I
life if
would.
Patricia
I
got
hate
signed to the Packers.
dude. I legit hate Matt Patricia more than anybody on this planet. I fucking hate Matt
Yeah,
Patricia
he run this
so
thing down.
goddamn much. But B-Flow, I think would be an awesome head coach candidate anywhere. But the thing with him is, I feel like he's never getting a head coaching job again. If he does, I feel like it's gonna be like a decade from now. Because we got to remember, he sued the league, and like still a pretty. I don't think it's still ongoing, but I think it just wrapped up like this last offseason. So it's gonna be tough for an owner who is getting sued by this guy to be like, hey, let's hire the dude. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, kind of.
that's a tough draw. He deserves it, but I don't think he's going to get it.
Anyways, we all agree it was crazy by the Jets to fire him. But moving on, staying in the division though, a team that could get hot if it's right. Drake May was just named the starter versus the Texans on Sunday. Patriots are currently 1-4, but as we're seeing, that division, Dolphins are crumbling under pressure with no Tua. Um, um, the Jets fire their head coach. Who knows what's going to happen? And the Bills 0-2 in the last 2 games. Who like
Struggle too.
if Drake May comes in and plays decent, I mean, the Patriots have looked like a team that they just need some pieces, and honestly, they're not. They're mid. Like they have been able to hang with people, which is a lot better than we thought they were going to do.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
If you look at their schedule, I think this was a pretty easy. Like you wait until this week to start him because like they face the Niners early and like teams like that where it's like that offensive line is just going to get anybody back there killed. But if you look at it now, like this week they face the
Texans.
yes, Texans. Like that's good. They're gonna lose that game, but like the defense isn't like insane. Like he's not
Next
doing.
four, Donnie's right. Next 4 games after Texans. So they play Texans. Then they go to London. They play the Jags. And the Jags have been the Jags. Then they play the Jets. Then they play the Titans. and then they play the Bears, and then they play the Rams, then they play the
Mhm.
Dolphins, then the
Yeah.
Colts, Cardinals. Like those are all losing record teams right now.
Other than the Jets that one time, he's not facing his defense that's just going to absolutely demolish him. And who knows what that defense is going to look like at that time. So I think this is a good, like, I don't think the Patriots are doing jack shit this year. I think their offense is really, really bad. And I think their defense is like average, and that's not going to win you games. But I think this is going to be a good learning opportunity for him. He's going to face a lot of iffy defenses, get a lot of reps. I think it's going to be good for their future, him starting right.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
they need to see what he's made of, like right now. But I don't think you Josh Rosen him, which I don't think Josh Rosen was that great, but I think they threw him into 1 year on a bad offense, and then that was it. I think you just gotta throw him in, see how he does, and then next year, if as long as he's not the worst quarterback ever, you gotta start him next year. Bring in some wide receivers, bring in some help,
O
and
line, man. Their problem's O line. Like their
yeah,
weapons are bad. That O line is like legit the worst we've seen in a long time.
yeah, it was rough.
Hmm.
Anyways, Colin, rule us into picks.
Hold on. I got one more
Oh,
thing to bring up before picks.
No, all
So
right.
I saw this as soon as the podcast started, and that's why I was just fucking trying to hide my smile. So you guys saw Derek Carr got a little banged up this last weekend.
Yep.
So he's going to be out for a little bit. Did you guys see by chance who is going to be starting for the New Orleans Saints for the foreseeable future?
is it Jameis Winston?
No, that
No.
would be cool, but he is on the
He's
Browns.
in, I was gonna say he's in
Um,
Cleveland.
it's
Tim
actually
Boyle?
no, actually that would be equally crazy. No, it's future NFL great according to me. Spencer fucking Rattler is
I
gonna be
Oh
forgot.
yeah,
That's
that's
right.
right.
I
They
he
drafted
forgot.
him.
is now that Drake May is starting. He's the fourth quarterback, fourth rookie quarterback to start. Spencer's gonna be the fifth. If the fucking Saints get on a roll, this is Spencer Rattler could be a guy if he comes on.
I'll give you one thing. They're throwing him into a good situation, though. The Saints have a half decent O
Offensively,
line.
they're set.
Yeah,
They're
they have a half decent O line, which is all they
Hmm.
need. They have Alvin Kamara, one of the best, just all round
The
backs in the
dog right
league.
now.
guy
Chris
you can
Olave,
go
Chris
check off
Olave
all
is
day.
a decent wide receiver. Sheed, however you say his name, is inconsistent, but he's unbelievably great deep threat. So he's got the tools. The Taysom Hill's a great, also a weapon
Hey,
to throw in there. He's got the tools, man.
hey,
Donnie, if he works out, I'll say that you called it, but you also didn't call it because you said he was going to be great, and then when he transferred, you fell off that cliff so fast. So
hey,
if
dude,
you if he's
it's not my
great,
fault the
I
Cox didn't
remember I
score.
remember
I
you wanted him to start over Caleb Williams. I
you were
remember.
like
Yeah,
first
because
overall
I
pick.
didn't
Hmm.
know Caleb Williams was Caleb fucking Williams.
We told
Caleb Williams,
y'all. We told you.
I know.
nah,
I don't know
man.
how you could
It's
But
watch the two of them play and think that
it,
Spencer deserved to start over him.
dude,
it's
Spencer
like
is a dog. He's
it's
got that dog in him.
it's like the Arch and Ewing situation. Like, bro, Archie Manning's way better than Quinn Ewers, but it's like someone's got to get out of there for
Yeah.
Texas.
I'm kind of surprised because they put in Hater, Haney, whatever their like backup is, because Spencer's like I think was either the emergency or he's on the practice squad. So he's the one who had to fill in for Derek Carr in that game. Yesterday. And he didn't look bad. Like he hit Chris Olave, he threw him a nice like in the bucket ball, and Olave dropped it. Like he didn't look horrible, so I figured he would definitely start, especially
Part of
me
me wishes I could
then
watch
on
that
the
game,
roster. You know what I
but
mean?
it could be televised. I mean, hopefully, part of me wishes I could watch that game, but most likely it'll be Packers Cardinals because obviously it's
Yeah.
always usually tries to say somewhat local. But
Spencer Rattler, man. That my Spencer Rattler rookie of the year future is looking pretty good right now. My legs.
Throw that into Donnie's lock of the week this week.
Yep.
Yup.
yeah,
Not like
Yep.
of the week. Not like of the week by any fucking means.
All right. Well, let's
all
get
right,
into
hold.
picks.
Colin, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go grab my water.
All right.
Because I will not be. I cannot talk anymore, and I ran out of water.
You're good. You're good. Speaking of Texas, though, going back just a little bit since this is going to get cut out, I thought I saw someone post that Texas has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever because they play Georgia. I think it's 2 weeks from now or this
Yep.
week. Yeah, so 2 weeks from now, and then the week after they go to Vanderbilt, which is exactly what happened to
Oh,
Bama. They
son of
played
a bitch.
Georgia and then went to Vanderbilt.
I
Yeah,
saw
what do we
somebody resurface the classic Vanderbilt
Yes, sir.
clip.
When you come to our house, you're gonna know what SEC ball is like. Alabama, you're next. And then it's Jalen Hurts, and he's like, theoretically, we are next on their schedule.
Everybody, every time I ever see that clip, everybody's always pissed that Jalen Hurts said theoretically. It's not theoretically. It's
Oh my
literally
gosh, we didn't even talk
we
about
are on their
Vanderbilt taking
schedule.
down Bama.
Well, fuck, what else was it? I think the funny part isn't that old clip. Like that's pretty funny. But I don't know if you guys saw it was I believe last month. It was like 3 4 weeks ago. Nick Saban obviously goes on McAfee all the time, and he said was talking about it was like an SEC nightcap game was where they were for game day or whatever. And he was like, these late night SEC games, like it's hard to play everywhere in the SEC except for Vanderbilt. When you go to Vanderbilt, you have more fans there than they do. Like shitting
Yeah.
on Vanderbilt. And
And
then obviously Bama
then
goes
they
to
played that
Vanderbilt
clip. They played that
gets
clip
shit
on the
on.
scoreboard after they beat Bama.
Oh, buddy, that's crazy.
Funny
That's
Yeah, I
enough,
funny.
thought that,
I
I thought that was
like
pretty cool.
totally kind of not off topic, but talk about the game. I think half the world, including me, never just crossed my mind. Half the world found out that Vanderbilt in Nashville. Had no idea till they were dragging that goalpost down Broadway.
3 miles.
Dude, you see, yeah, I was gonna say 3 fucking miles. That's a
3
hell of a
miles to the
trek.
There
river.
was a guy that was like surfing on it the whole
Yeah,
way
bro was
too.
on top of
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's not
every
gonna come off
single
and
one of
walk
them
that
does
day.
not
So you get
remember it the
carried
next
those
day.
3 miles.
To be fair, if I'm a Vanderbilt fan, this is the best moment of your life. Like literally,
Oh,
if you're a Vanderbilt
100%.
student, this is Colin. This is like MSU beating Bama. Like literally, even like
We
MSU.
are not on the same level as Vanderbilt. Give us
I
some
Yeah,
credit, all
they're in
right?
a better conference, so
Yeah, they're better.
Fuck
So
off.
I mean, which one of them just beat Bama? So
We are not on the same level as a
Did
program
Vanderbilt get
as
ranked?
you're
Vanderbilt.
right.
There's no
You're
way
right.
they got ranked,
Vanderbilt might
right?
get ranked
They
top
were
25.
receiving votes. They were receiving votes.
But
They did not.
they didn't.
They didn't crack the top 25. But there
no.
were some people
They
that had them in the
probably
top
should just
25
off
this
of
week.
one. Just off one win, they
They,
probably
they got
should.
to keep winning. I'm
They
guessing.
beat somebody
Which
else though. I think it was Virginia Tech to start the year because Virginia
If
Tech
by some
I bet
miracle
on
they
that
beat
game.
Texas in a few weeks, just auto bid them to the playoffs. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
I don't
if
care if they lose
I
the
would
rest of
agree.
their games.
if
Just
I
they
would
beat
agree.
auto
if
bid.
they beat fucking Texas, that would be insane.
If
Well, I
they
don't
beat
know
another
if you
ranked
heard.
team, auto bid.
I don't
If
know
you
if
beat
you
another team and another ranked team, yeah, they
It's
gotta
at
be.
home too. It's in Vanderbilt.
no,
Oh
no,
my
no. Here's
Uh-oh.
the
gosh,
thing. Here's
bro.
the thing. Here's the
They're
thing.
ripping out both goalposts this
You
time.
you didn't hear. So someone
They
posted
just put the new ones up.
Texas has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. So Bama played Georgia at home, beat them, went on the road to Vanderbilt, lost. Texas in a couple weeks plays Georgia at home, and then the
Next
week
week, not
after,
this week, next week.
sorry, what?
I said not this week, next week. Georgia plays
Yeah, Georgia
Texas.
plays at Texas, and then guess where Texas goes the week after?
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
I just laughed at Donnie's thing. It's like the grounds crew. They're like, "Oh, we just got this goalpost up. That was a lot of work." Then they played Texas. Vanderbilt beats Texas. They rip them both out. He's like, "Son of a bitch. I
No,
got
I
to
this
think
work.
time they need to be prepared.
I'm
Even
gonna
the
work
ground
so
crew
much
will be okay.
overtime."
I think it's so funny,
Even the
like
ground
figuring
crew
out
will be
which
okay.
programs think they have a chance and like believe in themselves
I
based
saw
on whether or
something.
not they take down the goalposts before a field storm,
Did you
like
guys
in
see that?
time, or
Did
they
you guys
let the
see
fans
that?
rip them down.
Somehow Arkansas
There's
got.
old NFL clips of them kicking down the fucking goalpost
You see,
before all the
Arkansas
fans and
got
shit.
fined 150K, but Vanderbilt only got fined 100K. It's like, I mean, yeah, Arkansas took down number like 8 Tennessee, which was cool, but Vanderbilt took down number 1 Alabama. I think they'd have still done that for a 500K fine. I don't think this school gives two fucks about that
No, they
because
don't.
you beating the number 1 school, like everybody in that company just got a raise, like that, like
Yeah.
just alone from that game, like fucking shit.
All right.
Is that already best win of the year? Does that take over NIU's win against Notre Dame?
Oh,
Yes.
100%.
What was Notre Dame ranked when they played? Was it like top?
I think they were top
8.
5.
They were.
I think they were
No,
like
I think
6, 7,
I,
8,
I,
something
I,
like that.
I swear they were 7.
They were 7.
They were definitely like 6, 7, or 8. I feel
Yeah,
like
this 100% tops that.
I think it tops it just alone for the fact that
SEC
they beat Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame 14-13. At least
Yeah, but
this one was a
NIU
fucking shootout.
Yeah, but NIU fucking sucks. You know what I
So
mean?
does
So
Vanderbilt.
is Vanderbilt.
I guess so.
Let's pull up their schedule real
I
quick.
guess it also doesn't help that it's
All right,
Notre
no,
Dame.
Colin, don't pull their schedule. Just get into the picks, man.
Holy
Come on.
shit.
They play Kentucky, then they play somebody else, then they play Texas, and then they play
I'll
somebody
circle
else,
back
and then
to
they
that
play
later.
LSU and Tennessee.
I'll circle back to it later. Uh, Starting off with Thursday night football, 49ers at Seahawks. Both these teams coming off tough losses. Uh, oh man. What is it with all the Thursday night football games being kind of ass?
Okay, this one's actually a good game, but okay.
I was gonna say, I
Like
think
Yeah,
on
that
last
paper, I feel
Thursday
like it should be, but like both of
last
these
Thursday was
teams
fire.
had,
Yeah.
I
well,
think
that's
it's
true.
I think
Last
it's been
Thursday
a
was Bucks
rule.
Falcons.
And then the week before that was
Yeah.
Cowboys Giants, which was a close
Your
game.
buddy Kurt
It
threw for
shouldn't have been.
500 yards on Matt Ryan night.
Yeah, he
Patriots
did.
Jets wasn't, Bills Dolphins wasn't, and I feel like Thursday night football this year is taking a turn. Usually they're fucking like Bears versus Panthers. They're literally like the
Oh
worst
yeah,
game. This
Yeah.
year, like three of the
That's the
six have,
best game of the year.
or three of the five have been like legit, really fucking good games.
This one's
So
gonna be a good one.
yeah, I think so.
Uh, I think just because it's at home, I'll take the Seahawks.
um, man, Seahawks had a tough loss against the Giants.
Yeah, but it was the Lions curse. Like that
It
that don't
I was
was
count.
gonna
it
say it's
was
the
the
Lions
Lions
curse.
curse. I agree. I'm gonna go 49ers.
I think let's go either way. Niners are kind of up and down. It being in Seattle, I don't know. I just have a feeling that I'm gonna go 49ers. I was gonna go Seattle, but I kind of just feel like the 49ers are I feel like the 49ers are gonna have a get back game and
Mm.
Seattle's kind of coming back down to earth. Um, I think the 49ers are gonna like have a really good game.
Yeah, I think the Niners are obviously the better team. I think we'd all agree. And I know the Lions curse hit Seattle last week, but along with the Lions curse, I don't know if not only the teams play shitty after playing the Lions, uh, the week after, usually the team rebounds pretty well. At least in some of these major games, like the Rams ended up getting blown out, and then the next week they beat the Niners. Like teams usually rebound. Um, I'm gonna go Seattle. I feel like it being home really helps out. I'm not too confident in either team this year, but Seattle could easily, if they lose this game, I feel like the wheels have fallen off. If you go 3-0, then 0-3, and then 0-3, I feel like you're just kind of fraud watch. But
Yeah.
I think Seattle can get it done. It's gonna be a close game either way.
Yeah. Jags at Bears in London. So it's at Bears, quote unquote.
I was about to say somehow this is technically the Bears are at home, but Jags are literally
This
London's
is the
team.
I
Jags
was
home
gonna
game.
say,
Yeah.
well, that transitions me well into my pick because Jags go crazy in London. Give me the
Yeah.
Jags.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's got to be the Jags in London. Come on.
I think literally the NFL has been secretly working. Jacksonville has been a slowly dying team. I think they're going to move them to London at some point. Give them, it might be 5 years down the road, but this is why it's happening. Because the Jags get stuck in London every single year. So London's got to be rooting for the Jaguars at some point. But
Wasn't there a year that they played like 3 games in London?
Hmm.
I think they played two. I
two,
don't
yeah,
think.
they definitely
I
didn't
think
play
three
three.
was
Yeah.
crazy.
Two, yeah,
Three
two.
was
They,
maybe.
but
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
played in
yeah.
London the last 5 years straight, which is
I
no.
think it was last year because they did it
No,
back
they
to
missed
back.
the COVID year, but 2019 they didn't do COVID year, and then 2021, 2022, 2023, and then this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Caleb Williams' first time traveling far for a game. Yeah, I'm gonna Jags. I think are gonna get a little hot, not too hot, but they're gonna go on a little win streak. I'll go Jags.
Yeah, I think Bears are a better team, but that's also a young team, young, really kind of inexperienced coach too. I think the Jags are so fucking used to going to London, where it's like no team's better suited, used to that travel and the time difference than the Jags are. So I'm gonna go with the Jags. Definitely don't believe in them, but 2-4, they'll still be in it.
All right. Bucks at Saints. Um,
Spencer
What a
Rattler, Baker
I was gonna
Mayfield.
say
What
Spencer
what a
a
Rattler,
game.
Baker Mayfield, man. They're gonna be
who
slinging
was the
that shit.
better Oklahoma QB?
Man.
I think I
We
don't
all
think this
know
game
that
should be
answer.
played in front of that one. I
Yeah.
was saying this game doesn't even be played for that.
Yeah,
Um,
Spencer Rattler.
man, I just think first start for Spencer Rattler. I know it's at home. I feel like Bucks are
Allen.
too good. They're gonna spoil that moment for him. Give me the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Bucks should have won last week against the Falcons. Some poor clock management hurt them in the end. I don't see the Saints, led by Spencer Rattler, being able to win this game. I'm gonna go Bucks.
I'm gonna let you tail alone if you want, Donnie, because I think the Bucks are gonna have a. It's not even the Spencer Rattler. I just think the Bucks are gonna have a good bounce back game from a tough loss,
Hmm.
a game that they should have won on Thursday Night Football, but they lost to a coin flip, unfortunately. I think they get a good one back here and they get a win. I do think it's a hard fought win. I think this is a really probably one of the best 1 o'clock games that we have on the slate. New Orleans. I've always been like growing up, I was a big Drew Brees fan. So New Orleans was kind of always my second
Drew
team that I
Brees
kind
mentioned.
of sure, okay, yep. Turn off the podcast. But I always grew up a Drew Brees fan, so I was watching. So I've always been kind of like the Saints are always like I've always kind of had that like for him. But Mike Evans versus Marshawn Lattimore is always a dogfight, and it's usually either like it's one way every year. Marshawn Lattimore, they put it in perspective, has absolutely won over Mike Evans the last 4 years that Marshawn or 5 years Marshawn's been in the league, but they always end up fighting. And honestly, I kind of think Mike Evans is a little bitch for some of the fights that he's put on. Um,
Whoa!
Literally the one that Marshawn was literally doing nothing, and Jameson touched the back of his helmet, and Marshawn was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And Mike Evans comes up and blindsides him.
Nah,
I've always thought Mike Evans is the biggest pussy in the world for that. I don't care if he's watching. It was blindside as hell.
don't care if he's watching.
Oh,
He's one of our
Fuck
6
off.
consistent viewers.
bro, comments. How dare you? But yeah, it's always a dogfight. So
I'm gonna
going
make
back
a
to what I was
fake
saying,
Mike Evans YouTube channel just to comment on this episode.
it's going to be a crazy fight. I think it's going to be one of the best 1 o'clock games. Mike Evans, dog receiver, a great receiver versus Marshawn Lattimore, a great corner. But give me Tampa Bay.
Man, I can't believe you guys. The fuck? You know what? I'm the Oklahoma great. Coming off his team coming
All right,
off.
so Tampa Bay, I got you.
Hold on. His team coming off a tough primetime loss, a game they should have won against another great team with a great quarterback. I can't believe the disrespect. Man, this is gonna be a dogfight. You guys know me. I'm riding with my boy Baker Mayfield in the Bucks.
Yeah,
Here we
I knew he
go.
was going to
I
do it.
really thought you were gonna lone wolf the Saints. I'm proud of you.
I really like Spencer Rattler, but Baker's.
I think he makes it a
I like
game. I think
I
it's a
like
good
Baker.
game.
I
I think
like
it's gonna
Baker
be a good one
too.
too.
I like Baker too. Plus, like they need to get back from that last week. Plus, that team's just better. So
Yeah, for sure.
it
All
was real
right,
hard. It was real
Commanders
hard
at
for him to say.
Ravens. I didn't pay attention to much of the schedule this week. This is gonna be another good game. Um, damn.
Jaden Daniels, man, he has been electric.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
gonna be a crazy game. I really want to watch this one too. I might have to do a multi-view this week.
No
no
shit.
defense is going to play this game
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
this is gonna be high scoring, take the over, like hammer the over, whatever it
All
is.
right, under it is.
I was gonna say it's gonna be like a 3-2 game.
It's at
3-2.
52 and a half is the totals.
Oh, I
They do
feel
a
like
tough
that's
line.
easy over.
Baltimore's
I
favored
feel
by
like that's easy over. I
By a
think both teams are
touchdown?
gonna.
Six and a
Baltimore's favored
half.
by 6.5. It's in Baltimore, so that's kind of big. But
That's
yeah, they're favored by
crazy
a
to
score.
me. I think both these teams break 30 points easy. Um, I think I'm gonna go Ravens though, just because it's at home, a bit more experienced. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, no, I feel like this is gonna be a great game, honestly. And now that I say that, it's gonna be trash. But I'm gonna go Ravens. The Ravens have the experience, like Colin said, and then I feel like this Ravens defense is more adaptable towards a running quarterback versus the Commanders defense. So I'm gonna go Ravens.
Yeah, I was. Where's that voice crack? Commanders have been great. They're 4-1, but I think they're gonna probably lose by like a game-winning field goal or something, or a game-winning drive. Derrick Henry's gonna run the ball a lot on that team, even though the D line's okay. I think it's gonna be a really great game, but yeah, because it's in Baltimore, I am gonna go Baltimore.
Yeah, it's going to be a light show. Both teams have fucking no defense. The Commanders' secondary is bad. The Ravens, who are usually like one of, if not the very best defense in the league, has played fucking awful. They've let every team stay in it, regardless of the lead they've had. So it's definitely concerning, especially the way Daniels has played. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Baltimore just because it's in Baltimore, but this is gonna be a must-watch game.
Yeah. All right. Cardinals at Packers. Uh,
Yeah.
this one not as exciting as the last two, but I think this could be a sneaky good game. Just because Cardinals are like starting to bounce back a little bit. They had a good win last week against San Francisco. Packers defense is pretty damn good outside of that one week that they got fucking exposed by the fucking Vikings. Uh, I think I'm gonna take the Cardinals to come into Green Bay and take this one.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a 50-50 game for sure. Cardinals are starting to build up a little bit of momentum, but I'm gonna lean heavy on that Packers defense to get them through this game and get the dub.
You said Packers.
Yep.
Quick note, while we get into this, we talk about the hardest divisions in football, and of right now, the records in every division. Uh, Last place AFC South at 7-12, AFC North is at 8-12, AFC East is at 8-12, NFC West is at 8-12, NFC South is 9-10, NFC East 11-8, AFC West 11-7. The NFC North is at 14-5 for a total record. Only division that does not have a losing record.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Insanely hard division to
Oh,
play in. So great and not great to be a part of it, but um, I think as much as I hate to say, I think the Packers are going to get the dub. I do.
Yeah, Green Bay's favored by fucking 5, which I think that's kind of disrespectful. That Cardinals team has been in every game this year except for the one. I can't remember. There was one I feel like they got blown out. Um, but yeah, they've kept every game close. I think
It was the week after they played us. That's what it was.
mm-hmm.
Lions curse. What can you say?
Yeah.
You're gonna get got sometimes. It is what it is. Um, but no, I think
It was
Kyler
it
Murray.
was Commanders. Commanders blew them out.
Oh, well, that they're a unit. So what can you say? Um, Yeah, I think we've talked about it on here before. Jordan Love is on fucking, I don't know if you want to call it fraud watch, over fucking paid, overrated watch. For the fact that they they won one game with him? Or did Malik win all three that they've
I
played?
think he's 1-1.
Okay, what game did Oh, they
Jordan,
won the last week against the Rams. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah,
But
he's
no, Jordan Love threw. We didn't even talk about it. Threw the fucking worst pick six in the history of football.
That
Like
was a Will Levis type of pick
that,
six.
dude, that made Will Levis look like Tom Brady. That was fucking awful. Anyway, yeah, I think the Packers have been carried by that defense, that running game. I think the running game is going to make it close. Like I think the scoreboard is going to be pretty close. I'm going with the Cardinals though. I think that offense is just it's a unit. Kyler's playing great ball. He's proven that he's all the doubt that he's had on his name the last couple of years has not really been warranted.
not to
Yeah,
backtrack. I didn't write it down for some reason. Who'd you take, Donnie? Washington or Baltimore?
Baltimore.
Okay, thank you.
Um, yeah, for this one, I feel like it's gonna be a close game. It's in Green Bay. If it was colder out, I think I would hammer the Packers just because I don't think Arizona was really built to play in the cold. But it's still early enough in the year where it's probably going to be like 60, 70 maybe. Um, for this kickoff. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals.
All right. Colts at Titans.
Say the
Uh
line, Colin.
ugly fucking game.
Hey, you take that back. Joe fucking Flacco.
I was just about to say Joe Flacco though.
What's Will Levis doing this week?
No game with fucking Flacco.
I'm just gonna get the pick out of the way. I'm gonna take the Colts. Titans are fucking dog water, and the bye week is gonna do them no good. Maybe they'll score like a couple extra points this week because of it, but I think Colts with Joe Flacco, I think they're gonna be just fine, and the Titans are gonna be no problem.
So that means they're gonna crack double digits this week if they get a couple point bump.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit of a side story for my boy Will Levis.
Oh,
So one of my buddies uh Colin, you might know Michael Pettis.
Oh yeah.
He's good friends with Caleb Murphy, who is a linebacker on the Tennessee Titans. Yesterday, we were on a FaceTime call, all three of us, and this I jokingly said, "Yeah, Will Levis is my favorite quarterback, bro. It's just so memeable." And he said that this man Will Levis is literally the funniest motherfucker that he knows.
Well,
Oh,
I
Because
am
he's so
everything he
sure.
does is goofy, bro. He says the way he talks, the way he walks, the way he acts, everything is goofy about him. And
Hey,
I'm
we got to
glad
get
to
him on the
know.
pod. Did you ask if he'd come on the
Fuck
pod?
no, I didn't have to. I don't want to ruin the relationship with that
yeah.
man.
Hey man, you want to come on the
I just
party?
built the
Yeah, no.
relationship. I don't want to burn it down. But I'm just glad that the memes are justifying the actual person that is Will Levis. And because of that,
Hey,
Joe
hey,
Flacco's
hey.
burning. Give me the Colts.
Um, this is
All of that to say, give me the Colts.
Give me the Colts.
this is matchup of the week. I
Match
think
of the
for
week. Oh.
no,
What?
y'all, you don't understand. This is because the Titans had their bye. Donnie sent in the chat. There was a meme that came through, and it was from the Colts. The Colts player making that tackle right there. This is the meme off.
I
The
love
meme.
that so
Who's
much.
gonna win the meme bowl?
I want you to
That
know I almost had a bring up MSU moment when I don't need to moment when you sent that in the chat the other day, but I held my fucking tongue because I knew you would give
What
me
is it?
shit.
That guy actually went to Michigan State.
No, there
but
was
you are my pick. So I
I don't give a fuck about MSU. Shut the
the
fuck up.
meme bowl is in full effect. I think the Titans could pull off a crazy upset here. Um, but I don't think they will. I think it'll be the Colts.
Colts are only 1 point favorites.
I was gonna say the crazy upset. It's in Tennessee. The Colts are favored by a point, so I don't know how crazy the upset is.
Yeah, but they suck.
Um, especially with Tennessee fucking favored. Jesus Christ, like, um, yeah. So not to copy Dallas, but I also got a little side story. Not as good as what fucking his is. So,
I was like, I actually talked to Will Levis.
Yeah.
I obviously work near the Michigan-Indiana border. So I have a Chevy dealership that I sometimes have to go to.
Oh, I know this.
In Indiana. There's sometimes I have to go there. So obviously everybody knows the McDonald's promotion for the Lions. Whenever we get an interception, you get a free large fry on the app. So I'm going through Indiana and there's a billboard and it says every time the Colts get a sack, you get a free 10-piece nugget. So I message Marshall. I'm like, first of all, that's not only easier to happen, that's a better thing that you get. Like fucking 10-piece McNuggets, like fucking $5. And I would just message him. I was like, that's kind of bullshit. And I'm going to Tennessee next week. And I tell Marshall, I was like, I'm gonna fucking cross into the fucking Tennessee state line. And I'm gonna see every meme that Will Levis makes you get like a fucking free Big Mac meal or some shit. And the fucking Tennessee McDonald's are just fucking bankrupt. Like they can't afford.
All of the locations have to close.
Yeah. So yeah, I obviously had that talk with Marshall. Yeah, fucking Joe Flacco. For some reason, he wasn't good when he was a starter and winning a Super Bowl outside that literally that like 3 game run to the Super Bowl.
He
But
could
like
be the best backup of all time.
he's fucking literally like the Benjamin Button of quarterbacks. As he's getting older, he's somehow getting better. It makes no fucking sense. I'm gonna go the Colts. I just don't. I don't. I thought the Titans were gonna be like a sneaky like fringe playoff team to start the year just because of the offseason they had, but fucking Christ, this team has like nothing going for them. Tony Pollard's playing well. Other than that, they are just not good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's roll through these next two games.
Yeah. Texans at Patriots. Give me the Texans.
Yep, Texans.
Give me the Texans.
I am actually going to shock you guys. I'm going to go with the Texans. So mix it up a little bit.
Browns at Eagles. Eagles.
Oh, even better.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, Eagles coming off a bye. Yeah, in Philadelphia. Good Lord.
I don't
Deshaun
know
Watson
who the
might not
Browns would
make
have.
it.
I don't know who the Browns would have to be matched up with at this point to get me to pick
Deshaun
them.
Watson might not make it out of Philadelphia alive. Give me the
I think truthfully, even if I match them up against like the bottom tier teams in the NFL, I would pick a tie before I pick a Browns win.
Yeah, that fucking Browns defense isn't even good anymore. That was their
I
only.
know.
That was
Jim
their only.
Schwartz, man. Jim
Quality.
Schwartz.
That was their only redeeming quality. And yeah, fucking they're getting Nick Chubb back soon, so like fucking maybe he can just like
There's only so much he
maybe
can do, though.
Hey, at this
maybe
point, I'm not coming back if I'm him.
maybe maybe
Right. Fucking shut it
maybe his
down.
leg maybe
Request a
his leg is
trade.
like maybe his leg has somehow like fucking regenerated and he just comes out and he runs for 2,000 yards and somehow fucking gets them there. But yeah, I'm not going against the Eagles in Philly.
All right. Chargers at Broncos. Give me the Chargers.
I'm gonna go Chargers. I almost
This
picked
one's
Broncos.
sneaky. This is a
This
sneaky
one's
game.
I
This
definitely see
is
the Broncos
In
winning.
I
Denver,
could
they
too in
rolled through the
Denver.
Raiders. I know Jim
It's the
Harbaugh's
Raiders.
yeah, but they look good. Like the Broncos are 3-2 right now.
That Certain
Their
INT
defense is
for
playing
Their
six.
defense
lights
is
out.
insane right now. And the
Yeah.
Chargers offense has not been great. It's been their defense that looks good. So it's gonna be a defensive battle, but the Broncos
13-10 final
Broncos
score.
started out 0-2 and they beat the shit out of the Bucks. Close game against the Jets and they beat the shit out of the Raiders. The reason I'm going Denver is it's at home. Bo Nix looked good last week. He looked good. So in Denver, I'm going Denver. I'm kind of confident about that one.
Um, Yeah, like what we were talking about, that fucking Broncos defense has been crazy. I actually saw a graphic on one of the games this week. It was rookie quarterbacks with a winning record. You have Caleb Williams, who like he struggled, but like we all know he's super talented. It was him. It was Jane Daniels, who's obviously played fucking lights out. He's honestly in the MVP discussion. And then you got Bo Nix. I was like, he's the most outlier I've ever seen in a graphic in my fucking life. Just he has not played well at all. Um, yeah, that defense is playing crazy. But I think the Chargers coming off a bye, I think at this point, Harbaugh is a better coach than Sean Payton. Sean Payton has lost his fastball as he's gotten older. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I think the Broncos are just kind of I think they're just kind of biding time. There's only so much a defense can get you in the modern NFL. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
All right. Steelers at Raiders. I think I saw that the Raiders are for sure starting O'Connell at quarterback
Hmm.
this week.
They pulled
So
Minshew.
not a great look for them. Give me the Steelers.
I also have not heard an update about Max Crosby or not. So, uh, yeah, Steelers.
Devontae wants out. Max Crosby's hurt. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a running back.
You mean to
Pretty
tell me
much
you're not afraid of Purdue legend Aiden O'Connell?
Oh,
you could
fucking Lord.
you might be able to if Mike Tomlin can't pull this off. I don't know what to tell the Steelers. You could probably put me in at quarterback and they can do enough. Give me TJ Watt is gonna have 7 sacks. Give me Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the Raiders are in a fucking free fall right now. It's so bad I even messaged my friend Riley about it. I don't even want to bring up the fucking Raiders to that man. I know he's taking it on his shins. Yeah, fucking all their good players either want out or hurt. They don't know who the fucking quarterback is. Antonio Pierce is on fucking scrolling Instagram trying to find a Devontae Adams trade partner versus actually coaching the fucking team right now. Um, it's in Las Vegas. That's like the only bright spot you could say. But yeah, I think the Steelers, like I said before the year started, they have to rack up wins early in this slate. They should have beat Dallas. Like Dak was fucking trying to give them the game. And they didn't
Oh,
take
I
it.
know. I know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But but um, yeah, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh here. Just, if Justin Fields got to get this one done. Like he's got to get back on the winning track. If not, I can see Russ really coming in and taking that job.
Hey,
Yeah.
can we give a shout out to I can't remember his first name, but I think it's Brandon Allen coming in one play, 34 yards, and then left the game. Man came in, backup quarterback, man. Must be nice. Bro is loving life. Bro came in, all right, threw an absolute dot to Najee. All right, get your ass back out and get your back on the bench. Bro, like, all right, well, that was fun.
Yeah. Let that shit fly. Falcons at Panthers. Give me the Falcons.
Yeah, I think this is a nomination for lock of the week. Give me the Falcons.
So, bro, you know, I just want to point
Somebody
it
better
out.
take Panthers after that statement.
I just want to point it out.
That was the biggest jinx of
Bryce
all
Young
time.
came in last week.
Kirk
Bryce Young
Cousins
came in
ruptures
last
his
week,
Achilles on play
and
two.
Bryce Young came at the end of at the last game last week, and threw probably the best pass of his life. I don't even know if you guys saw it, but it was
I
on the run to his right. He threw a like 35-yard dot on in stride. Best pass of his career. Don't know where that came from. I guess he sat on the bench and realized like, oh shit, my career could be over. Um, I don't know who they're starting. Um, obviously it's
It's got to
Chief.
be Dalton. It's got to be
Gotta
I
be.
don't think it is. I honestly don't know if it is.
no.
Truthfully, I don't think it matters either way.
Yep, that one.
Um,
I think it matters a little bit based on like points they score, but like yeah, in the grand scheme of things.
Panthers might cover the spread, is what you're saying.
No, like I said when they took over, I think Andy Dalton makes them like a five, maybe 6 win team, and Bryce Young makes them like a 1 win team. So like that I think matters, but like
Yeah,
they're playing the Falcons who just had a fucking hell of a game. So
yeah.
I don't think it
sounds
matters.
like it sounds like even though Bryce came in, this article says Bryce came in, made a really nice highlight play, and honestly looked not too bad. But the coach said that they are going to continue to move with Andy Dalton. Um, I'm taking the Panthers. They're at home.
Mm.
Kirk had primetime Kirk coming back in. He's opposite of what he was in Minnesota. He's primetime Kirk now. 1 p.m. Kirk ain't gonna do shit.
Well, it's at 4:30, so
Right,
kind
never mind.
kind of a tough look for you. But no, this man, this is a sneaky Panthers pick. The only I think because like obviously the Carolinas got ravaged by some of that hurricane that came through. So I know the weather there still probably isn't ideal. And the Panthers sneakily have a good run game. I don't know if you guys have really paid
Chuba
attention.
Hubbard, man.
I
Picked him
have
up.
him fancy. Hubbard is fucking killing it. Like he's doing very very well. Even in that blowout they just had, like he ended up having a pretty good statistical game. So that makes me like think that the Panthers are going to keep this close. But I've uh I've picked the Panthers. I think if I was to pick them, I think this would be my third or fourth time picking them. And just like football brain, I'm not fucking doing that. So yeah, let me go with the Falcons.
All right,
Great.
America's
The
game of the
Panthers are
week.
gonna win.
Lions at Cowboys. Revenge opportunity on a national stage. And I think they're going to get it done. Give me the Lions.
Lions are favorites in AT&T. Give me the Lions.
Coming back after last year. Hopefully Decker reports eligible this time like he did last
They
year.
should do that just as like a fuck you to the
First
league.
play. Dan should absolutely do that.
First play of the game.
I know I've kept Donnie in the loop with this. Y'all know what I have to do.
Yep.
I
You have
have
to take the L.
I've predicted the game wrong for the Lions every single week. I picked the Rams in week 1. We got the win. I picked the Lions in week 2 and we lost. That was our only loss. Ever since then, I've picked incorrectly for the Lions game. So on purpose, give me the Cowboys. I'm riding with that until it doesn't work. So I've been
So this
wrong.
week.
I've been wrong about that game. I'm hoping I'm wrong again. But give me the Cowboys. It's gonna be a good game though, either way. The Cowboys absolutely have a shot to win. We got to play good football. If Dallas plays how they played on Monday night or Sunday night, whatever football, we should win.
Yep.
So, but yeah, give me the Cowboys.
Man, this is like a seat. This
I
feels
just
like
realized I'm on my hot streak now. I went 10-4. I might be
nope. Just stick with the.
all
This is
right,
the
yeah.
Zach version.
Yeah, I gotta stick. I told you I'd stick with it until shit changes.
So yeah, this is like a very Seattle game feel to me. Where it's like if we don't fucking beat them this time, man, like when are we gonna beat them? The Cowboys have had our number just like Seattle has. It's like if you gotta beat this fucking team. Like under the Campbell era, you just gotta get one. Um, Micah's still out. Everybody's fucking banged up. They still don't have a running game. The run defense is still fucking abysmal. Um, Yeah, this feels also like I think this game script is gonna go like NFC Championship wise. Hold on. I think we're gonna fucking just I think it's gonna be like 21-0 out the gate. I think we're going to fucking explode out of the gate and just have a
Nothing would
crazy
make
lead.
me happier than absolutely obliterating the Cowboys on the
I think in
road.
the first half, I think first half it's gonna be like that. I think we literally at some point in this game are gonna have a 3-score lead. Like 100%, I think that's gonna happen. The problem is, I think the Cowboys have done it against almost every team. They've come back in the second half. Like Dak throwing will keep them in it. The Lions are not a good third quarter team. I don't think we'll ever fucking be under the Campbell era. It just seems to be one of those things. But I think it's the Lions are favored by 3. I think that's in line for a push. I think we're gonna end up winning by a field goal. But like I said, I think it's gonna be total domination to start by us. Then it's gonna swing back to Dallas. It's gonna be like a field goal game late. It's just whoever makes a play at the end. But I don't see Dan letting the boys be weak, come out the gates weak in this one. Off a bye week, everything that happened last year, that game still gets fucking talked about. Um, we should have won. I think we're winning this one. We got to. Give me the Lions.
All right. Bengals at Giants, Sunday Night Football.
What a fucking bummer.
Ugly fucking game. Jesus. The
If
Bengals
Burrow,
gotta win this one,
if
man. They
Burrow,
gotta.
if
They
Burrow
gotta.
wasn't playing,
And
if Burrow wasn't playing, this is the worst game of all time.
I think
Literally.
my brothers, who are both Giants fans, if the Giants win this game, I think they might want their coach fired for winning this game. They want them to tank. The Giants keep winning and they keep texting us screenshots of the score and they're like, "What the fuck are they doing?" And it's them ahead by like 2 scores.
Dable's a guy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the Bengals gotta win this game. Like on paper, the Bengals should win this game. They gotta figure it out, right?
They should
I'm
have
gonna
beat the Ravens last week.
I'm gonna take they gotta get right this week. Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, no, the Bengals were a fumbled hold from winning against Baltimore last week. I'm gonna go Bengals.
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't believe in either team, but the fucking Bengals have been a unit offensively. That defense is just awful. I think Daniel Jones is gonna have a really good game, which I thought I'd never say ever in this
This
entire world.
defense is terrible.
This defense is fucking awful. That is God, that defense is so bad.
Take Malik over. Take Malik Neighbors over on whatever prop.
Isn't he hurt?
If he's playing, I don't know.
I
I haven't
think
figured it out.
it was a game time decision for last week. I think he
Oh,
should.
so he should be good by this
Um,
week.
I think he was ruled out like before that game even
He's
started.
still listed
Like,
as questionable as of 15
it
hours.
it was like the night before, but like if it was like he wasn't like he was practicing a little bit last week, and I think he is practicing, he should play.
Yeah.
yet not only him, I think is gonna have a good game. Their wide receiver too, Wandale Robinson, has been fucking honestly, he's having a pretty decent year. He's not really like killing it, but like he's getting like fucking 10 targets a game, which in a Daniel Jones offense isn't saying a whole lot, but I think he's underrated. I see him having a big game. Like I said, I think this is gonna be close just because that defense is so fucking bad. Um, but yeah, give me the Bengals. Burrow being good, like statistically, eventually is gonna get them a win. I don't
He's not
believe in him,
being
but
good.
like
He's being great. Bro's thrown 2 interceptions.
If they can get it back, he is absolutely in
If they
contention
had a
for
win,
MVP.
I was gonna say if they were had a winning record right now, he'd be the MVP favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
okay.
What do you
I'm gonna.
mean?
I mean,
I
they
feel like that was
lost.
a pretty
They
fair
had
statement.
They lost to the fucking Patriots week 1. Burrow started bad that game. Like he's picked it up, but like I'm not gonna sit here.
I think he's
I'm
third in
not gonna sit.
passing yards.
I'm
Like
not gonna sit here and act like he's the fucking greatest thing in the world.
He's been great since that
12
week,
and
though.
2. 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions through 5 games. That's
That's
good.
crazy.
That's
That's
great.
wild.
That's
Yeah.
great.
We're not gonna.
We're not going to pretend that's not great.
He's just a Burrow hater.
I know.
He is a
not a
Burrow
Burrow
hater.
hater.
You've always
If
been a
Matthew
Burrow.
Stafford was 12 and 5
I don't
on a 1
believe
and
in
4
Burrow.
Rams
But like,
team,
He already thinks Matthew Stafford's doing great.
I don't believe in Burrow, but I'm not a Burrow hater. Like I think he has talent, but I just
you can't even admit he's playing great right
If
now.
I think he's playing really good statistically. I I just think
we got one
We
more
gotta
game to
move
get
on.
through.
I'm the one trying to move on. You guys are arguing with me. I said move on. Like, what the fuck?
All right, Bills at Jets.
Oh, and it comes back to the Jets.
Full circle moment for the podcast.
God.
Give me the Bills. There's just no way they drop a third game, and especially not to a Jets team without a coach, right?
Speaking of the Jets, check the group chat. I found the new meme of the week.
Oh
Oh
my gosh.
God.
We already have the meme of the week. Oh my God.
No, I liked the one where he was crawling around on the ground after a sack like he was down in
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the Bills need this win. They need this win more than the Jets do. Give me the Bills.
See with the quarterback doing that.
Some is telling me like they're gonna like remember when Antonio Peters took over and that
Oh,
team
Yeah.
went in one at home.
I
The
feel like
Jets are
that's different
the
though.
Jets are at home, man.
I feel like that's so different. Antonio Pierce was the like a player's coach.
so was Ubrick or whatever the fuck his name is. I wish I could
Exactly. We
know.
don't even know his
As
name.
much as I was so against the
On Hard
Robert
Knocks.
Saleh decision, I'm going the Jets at home. If it was in Buffalo, I'd say no question, but Bills are Josh Allen looks good. I think it's just the Bills have not been able to.
He looked terrible. Josh Allen looked terrible last week.
Josh Allen, yeah,
He was
I'm
9 for 30.
Yeah.
Hey,
Josh Allen.
That was pretty
He's
rough.
doing the one thing everyone criticized him for. He has not thrown a single
That's
interception this year.
fair.
Now
That's
take his
fair.
over on interceptions this game.
There you go.
Who was it last year? Was it like Jordan Whitehead was his name who ended up picking him off like 2 or 3 fucking times in the
Yeah.
3 times in one game.
next
Yeah.
year? Yeah, that was
That's
crazy.
that's like when you're like convinced that Madden is like out to get you in a random game and you like have to restart the game because you keep throwing a pick to the same motherfucker all game. And the announcers are like, "Whoa, it's another interception!" And it's like, "Fuck you, Brandon God.
This
Fuck
is some
you."
trauma dumping right here.
It
You,
is.
Brandon Goddard. What a fucking quote.
Trauma dumping.
Oh
Donnie?
man. All right,
Um,
Donnie, what's your lock of the week?
No, he didn't make his pick yet.
Oh shit.
down there, buddy. God damn. Yeah, the Bills have not played good the last 2 weeks. Josh Allen. I'm a Josh Allen. I don't want to say hater, but hater. Like I've been so critical of that man. He played fucking awful last week. He was 9 for 30. I believe he had 135 passing yards somewhere in that. And one of his fucking passing touchdowns, or like I don't know if it was a touchdown, but it
Almost
was
a touchdown.
to Khalil Shakir. It was like a 60-yard pass. That means that motherfucker went 8 for 29 for like 60 yards the rest of every other pass. Like that's fucking insane. And yeah, the Bills need to get back on the right track, but in Salah get fired, like usually that means like fucking team isn't gonna be doing too hot. But I think the guy that they brought up, Ebrick, whatever the fuck his name is, if he's a player's coach, I think they're gonna get a bump from that. It's in MetLife. If you would have asked me last year, that first game when Rodgers went down, all signs pointed towards the Bills winning that fucking game, and they ended up finding a way not to win. I think it's going to be kind of the same thing. I think the Jets are somehow going to pull it out. What if Aaron Rodgers comes out and goes for like 500 yards, and it's like, oh, Salah was somehow holding them back? I think it's going to be some bullshit like that. Yeah, give me the Jets.
If that happens, I will 100% believe the conspiracy theory that he was in on getting Salah fired. But
First off, Aaron Rodgers throws for 500 fucking yards. That would be crazy because he hasn't. I don't know if you guys have seen. He hasn't thrown for 300 yards in like 30 some odd games. Like it was
Yeah.
like mid 2021 the last
Kirby
time he
Joseph
did it.
really ended that man's career.
yeah, he everywhere he looks, he sees Kirby Joseph, and he's not so sure
I
about.
really wish we
whether
played
or
the
not
Jets
ball.
because he's 2 picks away from breaking the record or no, he's 1 pick away from breaking the record for the most picks against Aaron Rodgers by any player.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, he has 3. Brian Urlacher has 4. That's insane.
Brian Urlacher played that man probably like fucking 20 plus times. Like he
Yeah,
played.
and Kirby played him twice.
That's fucking insane, man.
This is insane. Urlacher played him on average, 2 times a
I was
year
gonna say
over the
twice a
course of
Times a
year
year
ten
for
for at
like,
years.
least a
It's about
decade.
20 times, maybe a little bit
yeah.
more. Kirby played him twice. That is nuts. I wish we played the Jets.
That's
Just
really why he wanted out of Green Bay. Is
I
he's like, this
loved it when it
motherfucker
when it
can't
happened
have
too
that stat.
because Rodgers didn't throw a completion like the first drive of his first game this year, and Kirby tweeted out, he's like, "It's still alive."
Yeah.
This last completion was to Kirby. I was like, "That's so funny."
Yeah.
And then finally, like there
Finally, he
was
completed a pass, and he's like, "Damn."
yeah, no, he tweeted out, he's like, "Damn, let's complete the pass." Still the last interception though. And then like literally like the next half there was an interception. He was like, "Oh, well, it was a fun run, guys. Thanks."
Yeah, we didn't talk about it with Aaron Rodgers. Did you guys see that him throwing 2 interceptions? I believe it was in the first quarter. That's the first time he's ever done that in his entire career.
Yep.
Is that not fucking insane for a guy who's been in the league?
I think it was the first time he threw 2 interceptions in a game since that Lions game to Kirby. Like that's what they put. That was the first time he's thrown 2 interceptions in a game since that Lions game. It's like that's nuts.
I mean, that was also like 6 games ago for him too. Like, it seems like a crazy amount of time,
Shut
but
up,
it's only
Cal.
been like 6 games.
Hey, we were there.
I know we've been shitting on Aaron, but we forgot to mention he is in the 600K club now. So
Damn,
That's cool. That's cool.
good for him.
good for
Imagine
him.
only having one Super Bowl though. That'd be crazy.
Mm.
Yeah. All these stats, only one ring.
Well, that's
Crazy.
right.
Hey, Dan Marino is hiding in the corner right now.
Leave Dan Marino out of this.
I don't hate Dan Marino with a fucking passion. That's the difference.
That's
Dan
fair,
Marino
that's
did
fair.
beat us every fucking year for fucking.
Kirk Cousins could win 700 rings and Colin would still be, you know.
No, if Kirk wins a ring, I'm gonna be his biggest supporter.
You're not allowed to be his biggest supporter.
I
MSU alum.
swear on everything fucking holy. If Kirk
Spartan
somehow
dog,
wins the
baby.
ring,
Spartan
and
dog.
Colin comes out of the fucking woodwork. Michigan State legend. Look at us. Michigan State quarterback wins the ring. I will fucking fly to your house, Colin.
I
And
thought Marshall was gonna
get out
murder
of
me the other night when I said MSU legend after that Connor Hayward touchdown.
Oh my gosh. First thing I see, I said, well, there goes that money. I opened the chat. God, MSU legend. I said, yep, that is not what I needed to see right now.
Oh man.
I'm a
In my
huge MSU
defense-
fan, and I could give 2 fucks where he gave that he went to MSU.
Sorry, you're a fake MSU fan.
So are you, Colin.
All right, what's your lock of the week?
All right, fucking Lord. We're 1-3 or 1-4.
1-4.
What a four.
I didn't make this bet.
Bitch, this shit sucks. I hate fucking.
I think
All
if
right.
if we get to like 6 L's without another win, you need to just wrap it up.
We're still
You need to just
10
cut it.
If
Or
you're
we need to
betting,
rename it Bet
if
of the
you're-
Week instead of
if-
Lock of the Week.
if you're betting the same unit though, like if you're betting $10 per, like you're still up. So like I'm chilling that. The one winning a plus 1,800 technically means I don't have to win the rest of the year, and I think we'd still be up like a couple of bucks. So I don't want to do that, but like technically we're up money, and that's
I only bet
how we
$1
should
on the
track
first
it.
week though, and I bet 100 cents. So
Yeah.
that's your problem. That's unit measurement, buddy. Know how to gamble.
I know how to
I'm
gamble.
1-4. I can't be saying that. Anyway, so I didn't realize that the Lions curse existed until after Seattle lost that game, or else I would not have bet Seattle. Because that line we all thought looked good. I mean, we all literally picked Seattle, and then they lost. So that's not my bad. I blame Dan Campbell. If Dan Campbell wasn't such a physical coach, they won the following week. So thanks,
Hope Dan
Dan.
watches this.
Thanks, Dan. You fucking dick. Film some more Applebee's commercials, you bitch. Anyway,
Don't you ever
I
disrespect
am
our coach like that
clipping
again.
that.
Yeah.
no, I love
That is getting
Applebee's.
clipped.
I love Dan, and I love Applebee's.
He hates
That is
Applebee's
getting
and Dan
cut.
Campbell.
I
is
love Dan
getting cut.
Campbell, and I love Applebee's even more. So I'm not disrespecting neither one of them.
You just
1-4, lock of the week. Let's get it.
Yes, let's go. So, gonna mix it up this week. Instead of actually picking teams and spreads, we gotta change it up a little bit. So I joked that I was gonna do a 45-leg parlay with correct scores. Not doing that. That's a little insane.
That's the one that hits though. Wouldn't that be wild?
But I am throwing in some player props. I got a player props and a total. So first, we talked about that Commanders Ravens. I had not seen that total. I did not know that was a game coming into the week. That being only 52.5, that feels like an easy over. I mean, the Commanders have been scoring 30 plus a game, seemingly all season. Like they are on a fucking roll. You got that, and then you got the Ravens, who they don't have a great defense, just like the Commanders don't. So they're going to allow a lot. They're going to score a lot. Lamar and Derrick Henry are going to run all over a bad defense. I see it being close. Like, I don't think it's going to end up being like 40-40. I think the 52 is going to be in play. I am going the over. I like that, especially a 1 o'clock game too. A lot of 1 o'clock games seem to be higher scoring than like the 4 and the late slate. Give me that, and then I don't know if it happened last year, but we've already talked. I don't think we talked about it on the pod, but I told Marshall when Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery both score in the same game, Lions are undefeated. So I'm going with them both to get in the end zone this week. Like I said, I think we're getting up early. I think this is going to be a first half blowout. And the Cowboys' run defense is fucking awful. It was awful with Micah Parsons in. Now that he's out, it definitely does not help. Yeah, I think Gibbs is going to get one through the air. I think Miney's going to get one on the ground. Either way, they're both going to cash. So that's 3 legs, over 52.5. David to score, Gibbs to score. The odds, I can't give you the exact odds on what it's going to be because player props don't open because we're recording this on Tuesday. So that's usually why I haven't bet any player props because the lines don't open until like Thursday or Friday. But Gibbs to score a touchdown has been around plus 120, plus 130 every game. Monty has scored every game, so his is like minus 150, minus 130, somewhere in there. So I picked a money line that equals. I got a money line that's plus 130 and a money line that's minus 155 to kind of simulate what those odds should be in a parlay. The 3 legs come out to 628 given. That's not perfect. It's probably going to end up coming a little bit lower than that. But $10 will win you 63. That is my lock.
It might come in a little higher than that just because they're on the same team and it's the same.
Well, actually, usually you would think that, but a lot of the times, if it's like 2 running backs, it actually kind of drops the odds because, like, I don't know exactly why. The algorithm for these sports books is kind of weird. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. It could be higher, could be lower. And like I said, it's been at like plus 150 and minus 130 for those guys respectively. This week, it could means the Cowboys' run defense is so bad. It could be Monty minus 200 and Gibbs minus 110. So it's definitely a rough outline. It might end up being plus 400. It can end up being plus 800. I don't really know. I just try to give a good baseline there. But yeah, player props and a total. Got to mix it up.
All right.
Does it sound like a lock, boys?
It does.
Colin?
1 and 5.
All right.
I was hoping you'd throw Spencer Rattler 4+ touchdons on there, but you
Spencer Rattler over 400 passing yards.
Oh,
Tom Kennedy under half a yard.
Hold on.
Lock of the week.
What is the
You
Saints?
bet that every week.
What is the Saints a single game passing record?
Oh my God! Move on.
Gonna throw that in there. All right, Dallas, what are we working with?
all right. So
I'll show you which we're working with.
10, so 511.
okay, that was crazy,
511.
Marshall. That was crazy.
Marshall,
What'd you do?
I'm hovering over the put in waiting room
No,
button.
no, keep him in here. Keep him in here.
What'd you do?
He said some outlandish shit.
Don't worry about it.
Fuck you.
I
Chat,
said
clip
some
that.
I said some out of pocket shit, but Colin set me up for it, so it's his fault.
What?
That's crazy.
You cut this out. I'll tell Donnie what I said. Colin goes, all right, we're moving on. Dallas, what are we working with? And I said, I'll show you what we're working with.
Oh, that's fucking insane.
That's not even that bad,
All
bro.
right.
All right, so we
show us what you're working with.
All right, so trivia here for the Fourth the Wrong podcast. We touched on
All
it
right.
a little bit. We touched on it a little bit. On Matt Ryan Day, Kirk Cousins throws for 500 yards. He is the 23rd quarterback in NFL history to throw for 500 yards in a game, the 27th total game with a 500-yard passer. You guys are guessing the other 22 quarterbacks to throw for 500 yards in a game, starting with Colin. Get us going.
Say it. Just say it one more time. So we're just guessing the
The other
You're guessing
20,
every quarterback to ever throw for 500 yards in a
In a
game.
game. Okay. Easy enough.
So you said there's 22 guys that have done it, or it's been done 22 times, as
So
in like
it's been done
like
27 times, 23 people, including Kirk. So 20, you're looking for the 22, not Kirk.
You might want
okay,
to get a piece of paper and keep track of who's winning for this
Oh,
one.
I got it. I got the paper right here.
Tom Brady.
Tom
Incorrect.
Brady has done it. He did it in 2011 and 2018.
He did it in 2018.
He did do it in 2018.
Who was it
MVP.
against?
It'll take me a minute to look that up.
I got it. Hang on.
Colin's gonna look up. Colin just look for a fucking excuse to look up all the answers.
Man,
Give,
he said, "Don't worry, I got it right here."
I got it.
give me Joe Burr.
Joe Burrow. He was actually the last person to do it before Kirk Cousins in 2021.
Give me the stat I just kind of looked up. I didn't realize that this was going to be the thing. Drew Brees, I know, has done it because I just accidentally
Fuck
looked.
you. That's my guess. That's my line. That's my line.
You literally get Colin. You literally get to go first. You should have guessed that.
Yeah, it's true.
Drew
Not my
Brees
fault.
in 2006. Colin, back to you.
I feel like this is some dumb stat that this guy would have. Give me Big Ben.
Big Ben, 2009, 2014, and 2017. He leads the NFL in 500-yard games, including one in the playoffs in 2021.
Damn.
This motherfucker Ben would sling that bitch.
Can I get
I never finished looking up the Brady thing.
Can I get Matt Stafford?
Matthew Stafford, 2012.
Hold
off
on.
the board.
Hold on, I got to do my best Colin impersonation. Marshall, that's my guy. What are you doing? It's my guy. That's my guy.
Spot on impersonation.
I think.
So the 2018 Colin was the Super Bowl against the Eagles.
For 500 yards in the Super Bowl and he lost.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Because
insane.
Nick Foles threw for like 430.
The GOAT Nick Foles makes his appearance. Let's go,
Yes,
baby.
sir.
I
All
regret
right,
it.
Donnie, your turn.
I don't know if we just said him. Is it Aaron Rodgers on there?
Aaron Rodgers is not on here.
All right. Why am I the first one to fucking always be off? Aaron Rodgers has probably fucking thrown for 497 like 8 fucking times, but not 500, and I'm the fucking Dutch. I fucking.
Glad you know. Colin.
Kirk Cousins.
Did Peyton Manning ever do it?
Peyton Manning never did it.
Wow.
Did we ever say the guy who was Matt Ryan?
Matt Ryan did
Okay.
do it. 2016.
That was a gimme. Goddamn. Gosh, I'm trying to think of newer guys that fucking slung the ball around a lot.
Oh, I just got one. I just got a new one. I've got a couple. There's a couple I know on there. I have two that are old ass motherfuckers, but I just know from memory. But I know there's a couple old ass motherfuckers on there.
I'm not gonna get any of the old ones.
Oh my God, I got an old one. This might be totally fucking wrong. Is Norm Van Brocklin on there?
You son of a bitch!
He
hate
was
you.
the first
God.
quarterback to throw for 500 yards.
I was saving that one to the
1951.
end. As soon as he said
Fuck
this,
you.
that was the first person that popped in my mind because he holds the record.
1951.
Marshall, how do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know that? Like, how do you know it's Norm Van Brocklin?
Oh, just multiple times we've just talked about the NFL and just stuff like that. Why?
I know it because of Madden. Every time you go to Madden, he's number
Oh,
one.
yeah, that's a good point.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how I always know it.
That's valid. That's valid.
Colin, back to you.
This is one that I am not super confident in, but I feel like he could have been sneaky and done it like once. What about Phillip Rivers?
Phillip Rivers in 2015.
Good guess. That was on my mind.
Well, now I don't know if I should. Now I don't know if I should go with
Honestly, I'm starting to run out of names that I
don't know if I should
even
go with my
know,
old
so-
players now or what, but I totally forgot about this one. Jared Goff
Jared Goff in 2019.
Was
Rams versus
I was gonna
Chiefs
say, was that Rams Chiefs?
has to be.
Yep.
I can't think of another game where golf went that crazy. On the flip side of that, fucking
Could you imagine if his 18 for 18 game was also for like 500 yards?
God, that would have been fucking crazy.
he can't really do that now when we have the literally two best running backs in football.
Yeah, no, he's never
If
gonna
we throw
get
for
that high
500
again.
yards, we're losing by like 40 points. There's
Yeah,
no.
yeah, we have to. David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs actually both got injured on the same play. That's why.
If you're losing by 40 points, you might as well just run the ball anyway.
If Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery both go down, it is going to be. We are about to witness the wildest game of our lives.
If we're down by 40 points, do you think Dan's letting the boys get out of it by running the clock out?
Well,
Fuck
didn't
no.
he throw the ball like 40 times in the Bucks loss?
Yeah, it was like damn near
Yeah,
50.
I think it might have been over 50. It was either 50 or like near. It was near 50. Um, fuck, totally threw me off who I was gonna guess. Marshall, I don't want to steal both of your old
Oh
guys.
It was
my gosh.
55. You threw the ball 55
I don't want to
times.
steal both of your old guys, and this also might be a wild guess. Is Sammy Baugh on there?
No, he is not.
Not the old guy I was thinking of. I was about to punch my monitor.
All right, Colin, back to you. Couple guys on this list I know you know, Colin.
I know you know.
We haven't named that many people. We
No, I
probably
really haven't.
ended the 22.
What about Kurt Warner?
No Kurt Warner.
Damn.
You know what? I'm just gonna get my old guy out of the way because I think there's a couple older people that I could probably guess, but I know this one's right. Boomer Eason.
Boomer
That
Eason,
That shouldn't count.
1996.
That shouldn't count. It's Boomer Esiason,
Oh,
motherfucker.
sorry. Oh,
Esiason.
It'll count. Way to go, Marshall.
thanks.
All right, Donnie. Tie it up with Colin here.
I'm trying to tie it up with Colin.
Yeah, you got two. Colin's got three.
How the fuck? Okay. Gosh, 500 yards. I'm trying to think of old guys, but like a great game.
Oh, I just got one. I just got a good one. This is a wild one. Y'all gonna freak the fuck out when I get this one.
I got some older ones, but like a great, like historic all-time game by an older guy could be like 350 yards, and we just don't fucking really know it. Um, Gosh, I got a couple old names I want to pull. I'm gonna go with one that's kind of crazy. What about Warren Moon? Did Warren Moon ever do it?
1990 Warren Moon.
Fuck yeah.
Colin, you're up.
So there's a couple guys on there that I would know.
100%.
Hopefully, Colin. They're all quarterbacks. And to throw 500 yards, I feel like you got to be pretty good.
How many of those were within the last couple of years? The last like 5 years.
So,
How many of those names are still active?
What do you want him to answer?
Just next,
That's
next
the
question. I was
you
gonna,
gave me five questions.
You give me the
Who's the
initials of
quarterback?
every single player on that list.
What teams did they play for? When were they
They're-
born? What's their names?
What's their mom's name?
So there are two active quarterbacks on this list
Oh, I'm an idiot.
that are left. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, not including the active ones, that are 2000 to current. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4 south of 1990.
Did Dak have like a crazy fucking game?
2020,
Prescott?
Dak Prescott.
That's all Dak does is have great
I was
statistics.
gonna say it was the year that he was fucking going crazy.
He had had 502 yards.
Has Mahomes
Damn, he's
not
barely on the list.
has Mahomes not passed 500-yard game yet?
He has not done it.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
I couldn't remember if I had guessed that or not.
Mahomes.
Gosh.
You would
How
have thought in that game with Jared Goff that he would have been up there too.
Yeah, he
He
must
must have
thrown
been like right
500.
underneath it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
Colin's looking at
Well,
fucking
Colin's
everything.
cheating.
God, Colin. Wait till the fucking
I will
tree is-
say the Jared Goff game was against the Bucks.
Oh,
What?
really?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
threw 68 times.
Todd Gurley was a beast.
I would say, yeah, that was Ty Gurley and Kareem Hunt they both had. So
Ooh.
that really does, yeah.
In that Rams game, though, Patrick Mahomes was at 478 yards.
Mm.
So just barely missed it. Goff had 413.
Okay. I mean, you said four guys pre-90.
Tyreek had 215 receiving yards.
Okay, Colin.
Oh,
That's
back
fucking
to the game.
nuts.
Yes, Colin, that was a good football game. I think we all remember it because it
Billy
was a good
Cannon's
football
great grandfather was in this game. Oh my god.
Billy Cannon.
You guys know that Travis Kelce caught a touchdown in this game? What the fuck? It's like, yeah, Colin.
Oh
I
my
was
God. MSU legend, insert name. Was
Place
in this
kicker.
game.
and a
Melton
tackle.
Davis did a great job riding the bench that game, dude.
Uh,
We talk about MSU way too much. Um, let's see. I got a couple old names. I just don't know which one I want to rip right now. I'm gonna go with the more common one. Did Dan Marino ever do it?
Dan Marino, 1988.
He had to have been the no, not the first one. The first like
You named the first person.
I'll say the
You
first
did,
more
yeah.
modern one.
I got another sneaky one.
All right, Colin.
Give me another Cowboys quarterback. Give me Tony Romo.
Tony Romo, 2013.
I would have never guessed that Tony Romo could
This was the crazy one
I
that
like
I was kind of holding for
I
a little bit.
I don't remember who it was. I just remember there was one crazy fucking Romo game that everyone was talking about for a while. Especially when he
This one
retired.
I've been holding
That
for a
was one that
couple
they kept like
rounds.
revisiting.
Oh, shit. Oh, real quick, Marshall. I just
Yeah.
looked it up. Tony Romo was 25 for 36 with 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception that game.
25 completions for 500 yards. Does Brian do everything?
That's crazy.
That's insane.
One I've been holding for a couple rounds. What y'all know about the legend himself, Matt Schaub?
Matt Schaub,
Pretty sure he's
2012.
second or third all time on the list.
Man, Matt Schaub.
Didn't you say Romo had 502 yards? Is that what you said?
I know
Yeah.
Dak had 502.
Yeah, Dak had where Romo go? Romo had 506. Schaub had 527.
That's over 20 yards in completed pass. That's fucking crazy. Damn. Is it back to my turn?
Yep, back
Yeah.
to you.
All right, I'm gonna go with my other old guy. This dude's slunging around a fucking lot, but he played so long ago. What about Dan Fouts?
No Dan
Yes.
Fouts.
That was a good guess.
He was a dog. He was like Dan Marino before Dan Marino hit the league.
All right, Colin. What we got here?
Do we still have any more active quarterbacks left?
We have one active quarterback.
One active quarterback. I feel like it's got to be like hella recent. Because we already guessed Rodgers, didn't we?
Yeah.
did.
He's
Yep.
one of the older guys. Oh. Not Mahomes.
Tom Kennedy.
Hey, he's on pace for it.
If
Tom
we had
Kennedy.
if we had to name every player that threw for us 75 yards in their entire career,
Can we do
Mohamed
over
Sanu.
80-yard completion next? So fucking we can have a Tom Kennedy mention in the trivia.
We should never have a Tom Kennedy mentioned in this fucking trivia. Fuck, dude.
incorrect. Fuck, dude was not on the list.
Who are the active quarterbacks that we've said so far?
Oh my god.
Colin, fucking Lord.
Colin says, ask all this to say Drew Brees for the fifth time this video.
Active quarterbacks that we said Stafford, Goff, Dak, Burrow, not including Kirk.
Then we've guessed Mahomes and Rodgers.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, yeah.
Yeah, that's active.
He is active.
Man, I got a crazy poll.
I forgot about election year Derek Carr.
Derek Carr,
Derek Carr election year.
2016.
Colin's pulling
What a
something
pull.
fishy.
That's a
Colin,
pull.
No, because
Election year, I can get.
literally election year Derek Carr, because that was the joke with this month when he, or not this
Nah.
month, the last month when he went fucking off for 3 games. People were like, "Oh my god, it's election year Derek Carr again."
Colin, I want to be that guy. Show your fucking screen. There ain't
Yeah,
no.
that is wild.
I got you.
Bro said, all right, exit out the tabs. I don't believe
There's
this man
no
for a
way.
second.
I'll
It's
even-
too late now. Yeah, bro.
I'll
Look
even-
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Alan, go to your history.
Tom Brady,
Search
500
history.
yards game.
No, we don't go to
You
a
don't
search
want my
history.
history.
Yeah, don't do the search history. No.
The fact he said you don't want to see. It's working.
Bro's like, you don't want to go to my search history. It's not what we think we're thinking. It's actually Tom Kennedy highlight reel. He just wants to don't know that he's a secret fan. Billy
Fuck up,
Cannon
Marshall.
highlight reel. We're like, he's like, you guys
Fuck up,
wanted to
Marshall.
see this.
It's just all, and it's a fucking Kirk doing that little dance with the chain.
He's actually a
man.
secret Kirk.
You guys
All
weren't
right,
supposed to
Marshall.
know about that.
All active quarterbacks gone. Dude, Colin's secret cheating.
That might be all I got though.
I've got a couple, yeah, because he exited out the tab. No shit. I got a couple guys that's like I somewhat like, they probably, I don't know. Did we yes Nick Foles?
No Nick Foles.
So now that
He had that one crazy 6-7 touchdown game, so I had to throw it out there.
now that all the active people are gone, my guess was going to be for the active guy was going to be Jameis Winston. That 130 for.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was like, that would. That's why I said this is going to be a crazy pull. Like I feel like he got at least close.
I got a great guess. I'm about to lock in with this one. Hold on.
Now that he's all the active guys are gone. Like this dude threw so many fucking pass attempts and like was just such a I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna throw it guy that he had to have had a 500-yard game. Give me Brett Favre.
No Brett Favre.
Why?
No Brett Favre.
All right, let's do a little
Feel like
recap.
Hurry up, Colin. No, I got a lot. I got a crazy guess.
We got the
No,
recap. Colin and Marshall are tied at 6 each. Donnie with 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks left. Colin,
Colin, we skipping you? It's not Drew Brees.
Well, I know that's who I would have guessed in this moment, but some motherfucker already took it. Honestly, I was going to guess Drew Brees as a joke. I didn't think he had one.
Drew Brees. You didn't think Drew Brees had a 500-yard game?
500 yards is a lot of fucking yards, dude.
It's Drew fucking Brees. Bro,
Matt Schaub threw for 500 yards.
Bro, Drew Brees
Fair
threw for
enough.
5,000 yards every year for literally like fucking 8 years in a row. Like, what? I would have guessed Drew Brees had fucking 20 500-yard games.
I guess he had a 600-yard game if I didn't watch football that much.
While Colin's thinking, Donnie, Jameis Winston had 3 400-yard games that season you were talking about. The most was 458.
All those interceptions, you're like, man, he had to have.
I know Colin's not going to guess
I
my
think-
guy. I'm going to step in front of Colin.
I was going to say, I think I'm willing to pass this one.
Okay.
Colin's not going to guess this
I
guy.
might have a guess by the
Going
next
back to my Nick Foles thing, he had that like 6-7 touchdown game, 7 touchdown game. Saw this stat recently, or not stat, but recap of a game against Detroit. Mr. Matt Flynn.
No way.
No Matt Flynn.
No, bro, he had to have had like 400.
Dude, he had like
Colin,
a 5
Mr. Look up everything, look it up.
I think he had a 6 touchdown game, but he didn't have no 500 fucking yards.
It
Even
was
the Lions-
it was close. It had to
even
be
the Lions
close.
are that
He
bad.
beat us like 56-0.
Bro, if we allowed Matt Flynn to throw for 500 yards,
Colin, look it up.
For a brief second, I forgot that we had already gone through all the active players because I was about to say, how many fucking yards did Sam Darnold have on that Monday Night Football game
Oh my
in the
God.
Matt
Colin,
Patricia
look up the Matt
debut?
Flynn thing though.
I'm looking
Matt
it up
Flynn.
right now.
I need to know how many yards he had in that
That was
game.
also the game Stafford threw for 500, by the way. Matt
Hell,
Flynn had 480.
480? Holy
damn.
shit, I'm so close.
Dude, disband us as a
The
team.
suggested search was Matt Flynn
This
versus
Bandus is a
Lions.
team.
Man, this is a franchise. Jesus Christ.
All right, Donnie, you got any more guesses up
That
your
was the same
sleeve?
game that
Oh
Stafford had
yeah, I got
520.
I got a quarterback.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see.
Because I'm about to start throwing names out. Because I got like names, but I just don't know if they're right.
I'm thinking some older guys. How many older guys are left? Like pre-90s?
Mac Jones.
3.
Three.
Fuck.
I feel like I can get a couple of them. I'm not gonna lie. Um, is fourth and wrong legend Johnny Unitas on there?
He is not on here. What is that noise?
We're just trying to do a dinosaur.
You were like
Can we just
freezing,
start
and that
throwing
sounded
players out there at this
horrible.
point?
Was that
Eli Manning.
Colin with Eli Manning to get on the
I
board?
swear to God, I'm looking at a Giants
2012.
logo. I'm looking at a Giants logo, and that was gonna be like my sneaky pull.
Colin with the lead.
Genuinely, that was a joke answer.
Colin with the lead.
Okay,
was
Colin.
it?
Colin, I don't want to be that guy again. Show us your screen. Ain't no way we went
No,
from no.
he closed out the tab already. It
closed out the
don't
tab.
matter. Don't show us the damn screen. I don't
We
care.
went from no guess to a fucking Eli Manning prep. Like there's
That was a
no way.
throwaway. I didn't think it was true.
No,
Peyton
shut the
didn't
fuck
have
up.
one, but
Throwaway for
Eli
you is
did.
Drew Brees. There's
Bro,
no way you're throwing away that.
I genuinely hate how every time Collins does this, he passes. Then he'll throw out the most random, specific guess. Be like, it was just off the cuff, guys.
Vinny
It's not my
Testaverde.
fault. It's like, Colin, you fucking looked that up, LeBron. Knock that shit
Yeah,
off.
Colin is a
No,
modern day
that
LeBron.
one, no,
A
genuinely,
Shout
modern
out
day
that one
all
was a
my
LeBron.
tight
Like
Modern day
ends.
was a
LeBron.
throwaway
Like
joke.
LeBron's
LeBron's
not
not
I will put
playing.
you motherfuckers in waiting rooms, and this will be the end of trivia.
National
All right.
Tight End Day. Yes, sir. Shout
Oh,
out all my
Colin,
tight
calm
end
down. You're not
man.
editing the videos anymore. You don't even do the intro. Shut the fuck up. What do you do? Shut the fuck
I
up.
made a guess. I don't know if you heard Vinny Testaverde.
No.
I felt like that was kind of unnecessary.
I said no. He'll never know if I got Vinny Testaverde.
Just, all right, Donnie, your turn.
Let him back in here. Let him back in.
Fuck you, Colin.
He did say no to Vinny Testaverde.
No Vinny Testaverde.
You fucking cheeky bitch. Fuck
Donnie,
you.
you already said Warren Moon.
Fucking you fucking bitch ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
We got 4 quarterbacks left.
Is Bobby Lane on there?
No Bobby Lane.
Let's see. Who's another old motherfucker?
Wait a minute, that was a guess. What are we doing?
No, we already said we're going out of order.
Yeah, it's a free for all. You
I was
fucking
gonna
free for all.
say.
There's
All right.
four.
Colin, we said free for all. That's when you ripped Eli Manning, dumbass.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Fuck
right.
up.
You're right. You're right.
God,
You're
fucking bitch
right.
ass motherfucker. God. Oh my God.
You're gonna
Joe
go back in
Montana.
the fucking waiting
Colin,
room.
shut the fuck up.
No
God.
Montana.
Steve Young.
No
Steve
Steve
Young.
Young.
Who's the other person?
Can I get Bailey Zappi, maybe?
Yeah.
I see we're getting
who's not an
desperate.
active. You know who's not an active player? Connor Cook.
All right, who's got a better answer than that?
Connor Cook didn't throw for 500 yards in his career, let alone in a game.
Yeah, I don't even know that he broke 200. Honestly,
How many are left?
So you got I'll give you the years, honestly, make this go quicker. So you got 1962, 1982, 1985, and then 2000.
Mike Vick.
Nope, no Mike Vick.
Steve McNair do it?
Nope.
What team was the 1985 one?
1985. That one would give it away, I feel.
Damn, okay. Because okay, then I might.
Did
I
Jim?
could give it.
No, and I think I know who it is. Is it Phil Simms?
It is Phil Simms. 85.
Oh, why you said 1985? I keep thinking of the Bengals. Like that was the Bengals like only good year since now.
Yep, he beat the Bengals that year.
That means
Get
Jim
500.
Kelly.
We got 62, 82, 2000.
2000.
I'll tell you right now, if someone gets this 2000 guy, hey. Props to you.
I might give this one to Donnie, but I know I can think of the guy's name, but bro is so old. I don't even know if he's in the Hall of Fame. Because going through the Hall of Fame, you see all these old ass names. There was a guy, I don't know if I'm gonna get his last name right. I'm gonna sound like a fucking fool when I say it, but his last name's like I don't want to say it. It sounds so fucking stupid. It was like
Bro's cracking himself up.
it's like his last name was like Titles or Tickles or something like that.
Uh,
Uh, am I
what do we?
close? Am I on the right track?
I'll give it to you, Marshall. Y.A. Tittle.
That is not givable. Get the fuck
No,
out of here.
that 100% is
That's
because
not even close.
He said
That's
Tickles.
not
He
even
said
close.
Tickles.
He said tickles, dude. That's not even the fucking interesting part of his
We've
name.
talked about
Oh,
him
what?
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's come up a couple times. I didn't really think it was right.
Bro,
Also,
had
that's not the 2000s guy. That's
not the
not
2000 guy.
2000 guy.
Yeah, not the
Not the
2000 guy.
2000s guy.
I can't.
Not only was he guessing a different year, he guessed a fucking tickles, Dallas. That's bullshit. I was sending that in. That's a fucking appeal right there. That is bullshit.
So just nobody gets the point?
Yep.
Yeah.
That point's
actually,
up in the air. Up
chalk
in the
it,
air point.
fucking divide it. We each get a third. Fuck
Al-
that.
Also,
You know-
that man had 7
What
touchdowns
about
and 0
what about
interceptions
I'm
that
gonna
year.
throw out a couple more names and I give up. Joe Namath,
Nope.
Jake Plummer,
Nope.
What about
uh
Rich Gannon?
Nope.
Oh, in 80s. Never mind.
Terry Bradshaw.
Nope.
No shot.
We got
Brandon-
82 and
No.
2000 left.
There's a no fucking way.
Man, Terry Bradshaw was calling his own plays and was like, what's that route where you
What
go like
team was
5 yards?
2000?
It's funny too because I was just watching something about Terry Bradshaw and he's always been a guy. It's
Kansas
like
City
he always
Chiefs.
tries to hype himself
Oh,
up,
fuck.
and they were
Is it Kevin Green? Green
Nope.
something? Fuck.
they were always,
Fuck. I know this guy. Early 2000s quarterback. Fucking Chiefs. Oh, son of a bitch.
I
Oh,
feel
for
like
the
this is a
Chiefs?
motherfucker that was a journeyman and then just randomly went.
And
He's
then
had nothing but journeyman.
82 was the Rams.
you know, I'm not surprised on here is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Honestly,
I would be
yeah.
very surprised if he was on that list, but hey.
I wouldn't be, honestly. Like, he had a couple fucking games.
Shout out to Brock Osweiler. He should be on this list.
Oh my god. Okay, yep, there it is.
Colin, why are you the way that you are?
Man, I can't believe I almost got Matt Flynn.
Almost.
I was so excited about that.
82 feels like very gettable to me. I don't know why.
Is Tim Boyle on this list?
Fuck no.
What division was the 1982 guy?
I said he played for the Rams.
Oh, okay. God, that feels like so. Like, it feels like we should know it.
Well, you're a Rams fan, so you should know that.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Colin, I'm on down. He said you have no room to talk, man. Come
Is it, I don't think this is the right era. Was it like Vince Ferragamo?
It was.
on. That was
Way
a
to
good
go,
guess.
Donnie.
I totally forgot about Vince
What a
Ferragamo.
pull.
I was like,
Oh,
I
oh,
feel like
Vinny.
I should fucking know this.
Besides Joe Namath, I heard he was the biggest bitch of all time.
All right. The
Shout
final.
I don't know
shout
about any
out,
of us
shout
are
out
gonna get
Vince if you're
2000.
watching this, man.
2000 Chiefs quarterback. Hold on. Guys, we can come up with this.
You get like a minute.
Was it Patrick Mahomes Jr.?
No.
2000. Do you know any other teams that this guy played for?
He was drafted by the 49ers in 93, played until 96, went to the Kansas City Chiefs from 97 to 2000, and then 1 year with the Ravens in 2001.
I'm
where
gonna
he
just
won a
give
Super
you
Bowl.
every Chiefs quarterback I can think of.
Was it? No, it wasn't Kevin Bowler.
I'm gonna give you every Chiefs quarterback I can think of. Len Dawson, Joe
Okay,
Montana,
no, stop. You started with Len Dawson, who played fucking 50 years before this happened.
Trent Green, Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith, Matt Castle, Rich Gannon, Elvis Garback or whatever his name was.
Elvis Garback!
Oh, was it really?
University of Michigan legend.
I was just
Elvis
naming off
Garback.
people I didn't know. He played in the
Greatest pro
2000s.
quarterback to come
He
out of the
played
U.
I thought Bro was in the
2001.
80s. Interesting.
And that was trivia. Marshall with the dub.
I
Colin
knew
second
this guy.
place.
I
Possibly
knew that we
cheating.
knew this guy. I knew that
Donnie
Give
third.
LeBron the dub. I don't need the dub after the Tickles guess.
You didn't get that point. So
it
wasn't-
wasn't.
You didn't
It
get the
wasn't
point.
the Tickles guess. It was that Dallas gave it to you. Why didn't you? Give
I
that
didn't
to
give
him?
him the point. I gave the answer up.
You
Hey,
tried to
YA,
give it to
hey,
him. You were
YA
like,
Tickles
I'll
was a
give
great
it to you.
QB.
YA Tickles was goaded. I don't know if you know this.
Oh
That's the
my
name of the
God.
episode. YA Tickles.
And we'll never forget. Yeah, just skip me. I don't have anything. Eli Manning.
Well, you said shout him out, and I was like, fuck it.
And Eli Manning was the first thing that popped in your head?
Yeah.
He
I
acts
said his
like,
brother.
acts like the only reason he guessed
Shout
Eli
him
Manning.
out. All right, hold on. I'm looking at him.
He acted like he only guessed Eli Manning there because he wouldn't have got like penalized for it when you could have guessed him 30 seconds beforehand without penalty getting it wrong either.
Well, because I didn't think
That
about
don't
it.
make no fucking sense.
I just didn't think about it.
Oh yeah, until Google told you. They said, "Hey Colin, guess
Hey,
what? It's fucking
You
Eli
can
Manning."
you can fucking roll the tape. I was looking directly at this screen.
Too bad we can't fucking see your display from rolling it back, but nice try, buddy.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Can you also name your favorite tight
Anyway,
end? Edit.
my favorite tight end.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, shut the fuck.
Okay.
Colin, you just I don't know what it is. You just fucking annoy me sometimes, and it pisses me off so goddamn much.
Well, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of the Fourth and Wrong podcast.
Shout out Eli Manning.
Shout out Eli Manning. Shout
Shout out
YA
YA
Tittle.
Tickles.
Eli Manning, YA Tickles,
Shout out Elvis, whatever his last name was.
Elvis Gerback.
Gerbeck.
U of M legend.
Greatest quarterback to come out of the University of Michigan ever.
Second.
Better than anybody MSU's ever put out.
That's not true. Kirk Cousins.
Doesn't
don't
have a
get
Super Bowl.
that.
You're right.
You don't get to say that.
Elvis does.
That's true. That's true.
You hate Kirk Cousins. You do not get to say that.
Oh, Connor Cook, actually.
Yep.
Brian
Marshall.
Lewerke.
Marshall,
Actually,
by
now
the
that I
way,
think about it,
yeah.
Brian Lewerke.
All right. Yep. Fourth and Wrong podcast. Check us out. Description. You already know what to do. Get the fuck out of here.